careful. Oh, you're going to do that now?
Might as well.
Thank you.
You're
It was
welcome.
when I was cleaning. I reached across the carpet to get something and it just... Oh, wait. We'll start in a second. I'm sorry.
I need recommendations for D&D stuff that's school appropriate. I got a kid who I need to... It's actually for Jen Sandors.
There's one more.
And me, because we got a kid working for
That's me.
D&D stuff.
It's me.
My foop.
How to look up what the rating on Magic the Gathering cards were.
Magic the Gathering.
13 plus.
Really? All of them?
Everything I could see. So,
how about Yu-Gi-Oh? Probably bad.
I
summon Pot of Greed.
I didn't look at Yu-Gi-Oh because that's not really.
That's my Yu-Gi-Oh impression. Oh, I didn't do the goddamn Twitter. 1 second, everybody. Promise, just hang in there, and it's going to be the best show ever. He said, knowing that it never is, and it's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4. Post. Okay. All right, that's good. We go here. Okay, now we go. What is this? You go away. That goes there. This goes here. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast. Webisode 1011. The Dipplin Podcast. Mom Brain, can you tell us about Dipplin, please?
Dipplin. Barely knew him.
He was a Dipplin. Dipplin is 2 creatures in one Pokemon. Its evolution was triggered by a special apple, grown only in one place, of course. What else could it be? Come on. It's a foot tall, 9 pounds, male and female. Category is candy apple. Abilities include gluttony. Ow. It didn't really hurt. I mean, a little. If the Pokemon is holding a berry to be eaten when its HP is low, it will instead eat the berry when its HP drops to half or less. Also, super sweet syrup. A sickly sweet scent spreads across the field the first time the Pokemon enters a battle, lowering the evasiveness of opposing Pokemon. That's the end of the Pokemon section.
Now, RMC, what do you think of Dipplin? We all know that you don't like levels that are food related.
No.
Characters too?
Come on. It's bad. It's bad. VeggieTales, get it out of here. Dumbest idea in the world.
The religious part.
What's your point?
I mean...
Oh, I don't like religious
bangers.
content, but it can exist. I don't have a problem with it existing, but
Some really
like
songs.
it's VeggieTales. It's a cucumber and a tomato and whatever talking to each other. Now, I heard, I didn't look into it, but I wanna believe this. I heard that the guy that originally created VeggieTales has since deconstructed. And people are like, he needs to do like a deconstructed VeggieTales. And if he can't get VeggieTales, I guess he could do, Fruit Tales or something and do the exact same thing, but deconstructed. That would be amazing.
So I recall, ooh, that looks like fun, Mark. I had a student who was into VeggieTales, and there was a song about a hamburger that I remember especially
not a vegetable.
loving, and I have to hear it. So,
well, while you're doing that, hello, Mom Brain. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. 10 Division says I love that song, so there's got to be something to it. Please don't play it on the show because we'll get claimed. Deux is here. How are you doing?
Ooh,
good to see you, my friend. Before we all perish this weekend from the giant storm.
Don't say that.
And let me say hello to friend from college days, Josh Grobot. How are you doing, buddy? I had a feeling you weren't ready, Josh. I could just sense it.
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
Always.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's okay. Everything good? Living well? Everything on the up and up?
Moving on.
Okay, moving on to George.
Josh Robot, and I'm
what
here
the
to
hell,
say
Josh?
I'm the best on this podcast. Far and away. I'm so great. And you guys suck. If you don't like that, I don't give a darn.
Give a darn. Here's the song, His Cheeseburger.
So I can't play it.
No.
Okay.
It's a VeggieTales song. Do you want the wrath of God to be brought upon us? George is here. George, how you doing, my friend?
George, no.
Sorry for all the talk about veggies instead of fruits, because I know you'd have plenty to say about one fruit in particular.
Let me me tell you, it's one thing after another here.
How are you doing, George? Everything good?
Everything's good. I'm a little worried that I don't have a winter jacket or a wool hat.
Yeah, and I would imagine it would be very hard for you to put on a jacket because I can't imagine you would be willing to put those limes down to put your arm through the jacket.
Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time peeling limes and sewing the skins together to make myself a big blanket.
What a beautiful and lovely smelling blanket.
I actually just saw a few TikToks of people who used like whole orange rinds, like they split it and have half of the rind and then half of the rind to make a little trinket box. You dry it out.
Wow.
It makes like a leather. Yeah.
A fruit leather, if you will.
Yeah.
Let me say hello to the Discord. Hello, Ice Dilbert and Mark and Red Souza and Tentavision and Radical Defect and Darmani. And did I say Ice Dilbert? And Roth. And man, I got to pay attention to the names I'm saying as I'm saying them. This is terrible. Giant Reggie. Look at all these beautiful cats. Slider 64, Gecko Kitsune. All the regulars. Thanks for joining us on this. I'm sure if you're in the United States, it is snowy where you are or about to be snowy or has already been snowy, but everybody be careful out there. Mark says they crested at -40. Oh my God. That is insane. Yes, if you are not in the United States, lucky for you guys.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah, we are about to be hit by a massive storm. It's barreling down on many places right now, but the East Coast is getting it tomorrow, late tonight tomorrow. And our local area, we're supposed to get 14 to 18 inches of snow.
It's
so
14 pages.
Hey, Rotzel, good to see you.
It's been a while since we've had that much snow.
Oh, Mark says it's -40 and they're in Fargo, North Dakota, home of, as far as I'm concerned, Ted Danson from Fargo. He says actual temperature was -23. That is crazy. Rotzel says checking in from Kentucky. Gonna get covered in snow tonight. Stay warm, stay safe. I hope all of you got the two most important things you need: the bread and the milk, as everybody in Jersey knows. On our TikTok feeds and social media pages, we've been seeing.
Is that only a New Jersey thing? Bread and milk?
There we go crazy for
'Cause
bread and milk.
my
It
parents-
bleeds over into Pennsylvania.
I know my parents in Florida, my mom was, did the same, like, so what's going on? And you got, what's it looking like? And it was a bread and milk like forecast map.
There he is, Rotzel.
But it was bread and milk and liquor stores. It was comparing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been since this guy. It's always been a thing, but Rotzel posted the guy in Discord right now. There was a guy who got very popular. He's a
Gotta get the bread and
comedian.
milk.
He did a video about the bread and milk years ago, and it really took off. And now it's been a meme ever since, a never-ending meme. But it's true. I was going to say on our social media pages, we've been seeing videos of how insane people in New Jersey go when there's going to be a storm. Now, we've gotten big snow before. It's happened plenty of times, but for some reason, Jersey people lose their minds. So you see the supermarkets around here, and the shelves are barren,
like apocalypse.
Yeah, it looks like a supermarket that was abandoned decades ago. Literally, like
Dang.
barely
It's
anything
like
on
Carol's
the shelves.
Sprouts.
That's what it's like. Yeah. Giant Reggie says it was always bread, milk, and eggs where I grew up in PA. Lots of French toast, I guess. Well, I mean, that's great.
And look, it wouldn't be like gourmet or optimal, but we could probably live a month off of the food that is in our house right now.
Tell
Like
me more.
without having to buy anything.
Tell me more.
Right?
We
Like,
got those frozen pizzas.
we got all kinds of stuff in the freezer.
You know
We
what
got
we got.
rice. We got beans.
You know what we got?
What?
Come on.
Blow pops.
We got blow
We
pops.
got
That's
blow
a great
pops.
point.
We got those egg sandwiches.
That's what I'm looking
man,
for.
they're good.
Sandwich Brothers. What are they called?
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up because first and foremost, as people know about this podcast, we spread the word on food.
And Ramit and I don't eat meat.
That is
so
also true.
usually we kind of overlook a lot of like the pre-made breakfast sandwich kinds of things because generally there's like a bacon or a Canadian bacon or sausage in them. But we happen to be at Beverly Jeans, and I took a look, and it was just egg whites and cheese.
Mom Brain called me back. She's like, "Did you see this?" And I didn't because, like she said, just passed it by.
It's nice to have just a little hot breakfast sandwich thing that, like, on a morning when I'm in a rush, you just.
So we were like, let's give it a try. And I thought to myself, these are like really delicious. And I talked to Mom Brain. Well, that link is way too long. I talked to Mom Brain. I was like, what do you think of those? And
Some
she's like,
about them that's extra good.
she was like, they're really good.
Like-
and I was like, yeah, I know.
Every time I take a first bite, we'll send you home with one, too. Every time I take
Ooh.
or have one here if you want. I take a first bite. I'm like, dang, it's better than I thought it was going to
It's
be.
really good. I don't know what it is about it, but they're delicious. And since it's just egg white and cheese, they're like 150 calories. They're not bad at all.
They're in like a little pita, but it's half of a pita.
What do you
Yeah.
just microwave it or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
you
a minute.
microwave for a minute. I'm
Man,
sure you could put
sounds
it in a
great.
toaster oven or something too, but they are delicious. So
Would you say Sandwich Brothers?
Sandwich Brothers? I'm trying to.
Are they
put the-
related to the Property Brothers? Same last name.
Yes, they
Maybe
are
cousins?
related, and they also, like the Property Brothers, kiss each other. There we go.
I gotta
There you
start
go.
watching the Property Brothers. I guess.
Listen, you're gonna be trapped in your house with nothing else to
They're
do
the
but
two
watch
that play
stuff, so-
hockey, right?
Oh, man. You got to share what
Oh, my sister. just messaged
Darlene
me now.
said about Sandwich Brothers or about Heated Rivalry.
Sandwich Brothers.
About the Sandwich Brothers.
I am doing the podcast right now. I'm just letting you know I can't watch this, but I will after. What? Read the message that she sent me? Okay. So we had what I lovingly refer to. Hi, SD. Good to see you. What I lovingly refer to as Old People Day here. Every Thursday, my parents come over to visit. But this week, my mom and dad came over, but my mom's two sisters came over as well. So it was triply as exciting. Lots of talking about, old people stuff, but also what they're watching and all that good stuff. So they went through their whole list, and obviously, which is one of my favorite things, they got the names always at least half wrong. They were watching things on networks that don't exist. I was in heaven. I could not stop laughing at all the made up networks and streaming services they were talking about.
It's so funny how much is spent on marketing, and like I'm sure 95% of people just have no idea what they're watching.
They spent so much time trying to tell each other what they were watching, but they
It's almost like charades.
didn't they either didn't know the name, and then they also couldn't name any actors in it, so they just had to vaguely explain what it's about, or B, got the name like half correct, like literally at best half correct. So they'd say one word and I'm like, or they'd say a title and I'd be like, that one word has to be in it. So I'd spend the next 5 minutes trying to find what they're talking about, and then I'd say something and it'd be like, yes, that's it, and then 5 minutes later they'd say the wrong name again anyway.
And it's incredibly endearing. Also, I just need to speak out loud that like they're just so very the right kind of people. Like they're on the right side of like everything. And so you can like, and they're like up with stuff, like, right. Like they're,
Yes, they
Rami
actually
like
are.
refers to them as like the old people. And like from an age perspective, most people would consider at
they're
least
old.
a couple of them old, but they're so open-minded to so much.
I'm not saying it to be mean. Yeah, they're just literally old.
Yeah, it's just so,
Ancient.
but I didn't want people
Almost
to think
dead.
that they're like, oh,
RMC has the luxury of all the older folks in his
Yeah.
family are like who we would love them
Yep.
to be, whereas like we're used to older folks being maybe
I want to
psycho Trump
I want
supporters.
to agree with you on that, but I also do want to say, like, I very much recognize that, and I say that to them often. I tell them, like, we're very lucky that you guys are the way you are, and blah blah blah.
and like his one aunt was like talking about, and it was interesting to me. I would do it too, about how she and her husband watched on YouTube a man deconstruct and like restore one of those old metal like little kid pedal cars.
By the way, just in case you were confused, that was the letter U and tube. That is how they wrote it down when they were keeping notes about what to watch where. And my cousin sent me a picture his mom gave him, telling him to watch something on YouTube, and she wrote it down on a piece of paper, just the letter U and tube.
Like I just don't know how that happens.
Because they see the icon every day. You got to click on the YouTube icon to go into it, and it's like you've never, like, it's right there. You see it all the time.
Maybe the phone autocorrected.
Did you listen to the story? She wrote it down on a piece of paper. I
Oh,
can show
piece of
you the
paper.
picture. But anyway,
Who's writing stuff down?
the
these
whole
days?
reason that's big for old people.
She'll send us newspaper clippings in the
Yeah.
mail. It's the best thing ever. With like a little note and like,
Wow.
come on, how good do you feel when
That's
someone
pretty
does
good.
that for you?
I kept one under my desk, like the glass on my desk.
my mom found some recipe or something that she thought was interesting, and instead of like sending it or emailing it or screenshotting it, she wrote it down and then took photos of what she wrote down and then sent the photos.
Wow.
it's like, you know how many steps you went through to do this?
That's amazing.
We did. So it's really funny, dude. I'm sorry. This is so off track. I promise we will steer it back on track. I want to say this very quickly. This is actually Nintendo related. Yesterday, you sent me a text about the two actors from the main actors from
A Night of the Seven
Thank
Kingdoms.
you. I will remember that. I'm making fun of my old people family, and I can't remember the name of the new Game of Thrones show because the two main actors played Mario Kart together. And we Quench put together a post about that today because I sent it to him. What I didn't tell you is PC also sent me something about celebrities playing video games. And it was like within 5 minutes of what you said, but it was completely different. She sent me something about Joe Keery, Stranger Things guy, and how he says when he's cooking, he likes to listen to the soundtrack to Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, awesome.
And I was like, this is amazing. So Quench put up both of those stories, and the Donkey Kong one's getting a lot of attention because more people know Joe Keery than the two people on that show. But also, Quench made an amazing thumbnail for it. It was really good to the point where I messaged him on Discord separately, and I was like, that thumbnail is fantastic.
I didn't send it to you thinking it was news. I sent it to you because anytime I see like a video game thing or something that I like, I always want to share it with you.
I
took had nothing to do with news. And in fact, when you were like, I'll make sure this gets credit to you or something, I thought that was even part of like a joke.
No.
Because I wouldn't think that's newsworthy.
That's the kind of fun stuff I love doing it. But you notice I didn't post it yesterday because I was like, this is great for weekend stuff, just where there's not a lot going on. Unless you're Nintendo and you announce a Nintendo Direct for tomorrow at 9 a.m. because whatever.
Don't they have snow in Nintendo?
It's the Super Mario Galaxy movie Direct, so it doesn't really count, but still annoying. So anyway, back to my aunt, and then we'll get back on track completely. They were talking about what they've watched, and we were suggesting other shows, and Mom Brain and I had the idea, or Mom Brain said it first. I was thinking it, but you jumped on it. She was like, she told them to watch Heated Rivalry, and they were like, what's Heated Rivalry? And we were laughing because we're like, oh, if you don't know, just go into it and watch it. So one of my aunts did watch it, and she texted me and Mom Brain last night, and I'll read you her text exactly. Just binged all of Heated Rivalry. Got much better in later episodes. To me, it was too much sex, like a porno. I fast-forwarded some of that, LOL. The main characters were so distant to start while in a relationship. It made me mad, LOL. But I was hooked and kept watching. I liked it. 7 out of 10. So there you go. Great.
She stuck with it.
She fast-forwarded through the porn. I fast-forwarded through the dialogue.
It's funny because, and I didn't fast-forward through any of it.
I put it in slow motion.
It's funny because my sister was texting me separately because she heard that our aunt was watching Heated Rivalry, and she was trying to guess what scenes she would get to and where she would stop. And my sister was like, she's going to get like 5 minutes into the first episode and be like, what is going on here? And we were joking about the scenes where we thought she would stop, but she watched all of them. So we're very proud of her. So thank you to my aunt for taking our recommendation. And a 7 out of 10 is a win in my book. All right.
I don't know. I can't really relate to hockey, so I can't watch it, I don't think.
I can't either, but I can relate to love and
I really enjoy hockey and
tummy sticks
and people in love and
love is love. Look at, like we said, that show has inspired
two
real
hot
life
men
change.
frotting on
Real
the couch.
life change. It was great. But anyway, this show has been off the rails and fun. I apologize for the turn it's about to take because I have something serious. You already know it. I have something serious to talk about because I feel it's important. Mom Brain, I apologize in advance. You don't know this, and you're going to find it out live, so it's not going to be fun. But then after that, we got something fun, and then we'll get to Patreon and all that stuff. So brace yourselves. But like I said, I feel it's important to talk about. Now, I love you to death, and you're very passionate when it comes to stuff like this. I'd love to talk to you about it. Just I know there's going to be certain things that you're going to really want to like drill down on.
I'll zip it.
I trust you to use your judgment. I just want to put that out there. That's a very funny gift, 10 Division. So this week I posted about, believe it or not, video games. And there's a game. Oh, I'm not even going to be able to. Let me do this. I want to get everything correct before I get into it because I don't want anything misconstrued and I don't want to cause trouble. And that's probably what'll come up from because of this anyway. Okay. So there's a new game coming to Switch. It's called Rubato. Rubato. There's a demo for it right now. The game comes out on March 20th. It's developed by what is the person's name? It's a like a indie developer, but I forget their name. You know how I can find out? Just go click my own story and I can read it. This is terrible. This sounds like the most, out of sorts story ever because I'm trying to look. I'm so worried that I'm going to get
Can we help in any
something
way?
wrong. No, I just need to search words. I'm so sorry.
it
This is
vamp.
terrible. No. I got it. All right. So the developer on this game is called Deconn. Dconn. They made the game, but the game is being ported by and is published by Headcannon. And you might know Headcannon from having worked on Sonic Mania and Sonic Origins, two fantastic Sonic games. So I caught wind of this story that someone at Headcannon, please forgive me, I don't know how many people are part of Headcannon, but Headcannon has an official Patreon. Thank you, Mom Brain.
For $1.
Somebody at Headcannon posted about, so the day before we posted about Rubato, and Mom Brain will attest to this. I watched the trailer for Rubato when you were there.
So good.
And I was like, this game looks incredible. I was
I
like, this
agree.
couldn't be more up my alley. I was like, I can't wait to play this demo. This is going to be awesome. Then the next day, this story came up that I caught wind of and I decided to share on the official Patreon for Headcannon. Again, the publisher and the porting company. They posted this message. Quote, "It's been a rough few months. Hell, it's been a rough few years. That's got a lot to do with our new slogan, which you may have noticed at the top of this page. Software development is a complex process in the first place and doesn't need other forces to come along and make it even more challenging. Corporate bureaucracy certainly doesn't help whether you work from within or without the industry. You have to be really careful about who you choose to work with and what you prioritize. The cost of living makes it less and less possible for an independent to spend time actually developing anything. I could go on listing issues we face that I'm sure other developers can sympathize with. Let's not get into all the personal stuff that's befallen each of us lately. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time complaining about it, but none of us want to pretend that it's not extremely frustrating. I've personally always wanted to be as clear and straightforward as possible, and as independents, I'm hoping we can bring more of that to Headcannon. Given that there seems to be only one thing left to say on the matter, we just want to make some damn games. We're still doing what we can. More very soon." So I saw that, and I was like, yeah, good for them. They got all this trouble with when Sonic Mania and all that stuff came out, whatever, the relationship between Sega and Headcannon fell apart or went through troubles or they parted ways. We don't know the details. It just, they didn't work together again. So that was the talk of the town for a little bit there, but that was years ago. And I really love Sonic Mania, and I really think Headcannon does some amazing things. So I was like, yeah, this is an important story to share because, they're feeling the weight of the industry and, everything has to be rubber stamped and all these hoops to jump through and all this stuff just to get a game out. And they're like, damn it, we just want to make games. So I was like, this is important to me. I feel this way about the game industry as well, even though I don't make games. I was like, also, this is another reason for me to bring attention to the game. So I was like, this is awesome. I'm definitely going to post this up. So I put up the post and I titled it Sonic Mania Devs Frustrated by, quote, corporate bureaucracy, end quote, aim to fight back with their next game, Rubato. That is exactly what I put up. And then in the story, I posted yesterday brought us a reveal of Rubato, an experimental 2D physics-based collectathon platformer that launches March 20th on the Switch. There's also an hour-long demo available on the Switch eShop right now. Rubato was made by Deconn, but console porting and publishing is being handled by Headcannon. And I said, Sonic Mania plus Sonic Origins. Ahead of Roboto's release, Headcannon has taken to their official Patreon to vent some of their frustrations. While Headcannon's work on Sonic Mania Plus and Sonic Origins won them all sorts of acclaim from fans and critics alike, it appears the team was struggling quite a bit behind the scenes. There's a lot of business that goes into making games, especially when dealing with huge properties, and there's no doubt Headcannon has seen its fair share of trials and tribulations with their Sonic projects. You can read the full message from Headcannon below, which goes over troubles the team has faced, along with just what it's like working in the games industry right now. It's certainly a bummer to see what the studio has faced, but it seems like Roboto may be a light at the end of the tunnel for Headcannon. That is the entirety of my post. There you go. Again, to summarize, I was excited for the game. I liked Headcannon. I like Headcannon. I thought the story that they posted on Patreon was interesting, and it was an excuse to spread the word on the game again, and also to bring light or shed some light to what the game industry can be like. So I was like, this is a great story. I'm sad that they have this to talk about, but I want to spread the word. So that's what I did, and I went on my merry way. Then later on, much later on, but that same day, I got a message from someone. If I search my email, I can tell you exactly who it was, because things took a turn. I want to give an extra big thanks to Eggman. Eggman reached out to me and they said, just want to make sure you saw this complaint by Headcannon about the article you did on them. I know this is the kind of thing you like to fix up and wouldn't have any ill intent now that when you posted the article. So I just want to make sure you had a chance to clear things up. And I was like, very appreciative that they sent me that. I was like, uh-oh, what happened? So I went over to social media and I saw Headcannon was posting about our article, and they said this, quote, "This kind of shovel. They know what they did here. They clarify in the first paragraph that Headcannon only ported and published for consoles, but they know how to craft an effing headline when things converge. This is, quote, news. This is corporate. Is no one genuine? The game was developed by Decon. I know my name might sell it, but I wouldn't be selling it if it didn't deserve to stand on its own. I know what it is to be backgrounded. I'm not doing that to him. Buy this game, not because it is on my name, not because my name is on it, but because it's badass. Obviously, I want to make some money, but I really do want to help some people here. It's hard work getting out there, and what we need are people who are really passionate about the game they want to make, not watered down corporate pre-calculated AAA slop. F the gatekeeping." And I was like,
what about you as corporate?
I was like, well, I said to Deux when I was talking about this, I said, I don't even understand what I am getting in trouble for.
Yeah,
And I read it so many times, and I'm like, I can't figure this out. The only thing I could take from it was they were annoyed that I said Sonic Mania developers frustrated by corporate, the whole thing, whereas and then I said their next game, Roboto, and I guess their point is Decon is the developer and they want the attention on Decon. But as they said in the story, I mentioned Decon is the developer and that Headcannon is publishing.
So then they're mad that you didn't put Decon in the headline?
Hi, Backseat Studios. I don't know for sure because they didn't tell me. But if I'm making a headline, I'm going to make the headline something that gives people the most information that I feel is most pertinent. If I said Decon in the title, I'm not trying to be mean, but nobody knows who Decon is.
So could you have said like Headcannon and Decon, which is not what you would do normal, right? Like that's not a normal practice for you that you just didn't do this time.
But I wouldn't say that because Decon is not saying that. Right. This is Headcannon's Patreon post about this.
So you should have said publisher Headcannon says this, or now actually one thing, is it the individual talking about themselves when they say my name's sells stories?
Yeah,
or
so
something?
I guess they wouldn't want Headcannon mentioned at all.
So it has nothing to do with the Headcannon as much as it has to do with this individual.
Again, I don't know. This is all I don't know because they didn't tell me. And again, in my title, I didn't say Headcannon. I said Sonic Mania developers. I didn't say any of that.
So maybe one Sonic Mania publisher.
No, because they were Sonic Mania developer. Headcannon developed Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I'm confused during the whole thing. Forgive me.
And
I'm not trying to be mean here at all. When did this go down? 2 days ago?
So they've had some time to reply
Well,
to you.
there's more. There's
Okay.
more.
Okay.
So I replied to them because, of course, I did. And I said, "Hey there. I'm so sorry for any trouble. I honestly never meant to cause harm or confusion. As soon as I was alerted to your response, I deleted the tweet and retitled the story. Again, I sincerely apologize. Please feel free to DM or email me if you'd like to discuss further. I followed them on Twitter so they could email me or so they could DM me if they wanted. And I thought to myself, they're probably not going to do that because they don't follow anyone. They literally follow no accounts. But I was like, they got it. They could follow me quickly. We could talk, or they could email me. They didn't do that. Now, I want to stress
They didn't do that yet.
there's more to the story.
Oh,
you got to wait.
Okay.
I want to stress that I am not the I'm not the only outlet that got heat for this. Another outlet, which I won't name because I don't want to drag them into my conversation. They also got heat from Headcannon for how they covered the story. So
From the same
what it is.
person?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
from the same social media account. It obviously seems like it's written by the same person, but so anyway, that happened. And then of course, what always happens, social media started to go insane because they read this and they were like out to get me because that's what happened. So this was getting thousands of impressions and lots of because I have to read what's going on because I'm trying to fix the situation, which I didn't even realize was going to be a situation to begin with. I'm reading through comments and all that stuff. And everybody's telling me I'm the worst and they hate games journalists and they hate me and whatever. But there was one in particular where someone said, I'm not going to say who, someone said, that's why gaming journalists deserve the rope. And I was like, whoa.
Crazy, right?
So somebody even replied to that and said, like, dude, you're going too far here with this. And it got so bad because that got so much attention. It got visibility limited on X. And I was like, things are really bad when X is like, oh, we better step.
Seriously, X. So like, there's no holds barred. What are you kidding me?
So I was like, oh boy, this is bad. Now, in my mind, again, I hold no ill will against Headcannon at all. This is not me trying to drag Headcannon through the dirt or anything like that. I'm talking about it because I think it is important to point out this is the kind of stuff that happens on social media. And I can take, whatever, people saying anything to me. And I can take what this one guy said. I shouldn't have to take it, but I can take it. It's okay. It's just sad that it is par for the course for somebody to be like, you should die because of this thing. And I'm like, well, they say that all the time. It's just this one in particular got a lot of attention on it. So I was like, uh-oh. So I was like, again, I hold no ill will against them. I'm just trying to put all this in perspective and say, guys, we're talking about video games here. Even if Headcannon has an issue, they can talk to me. I can talk to them. You don't need to tell somebody to die. Somebody doesn't need to die over this. This is insanity. And you can't just put that stuff out on social media because people like it, think about it, take the message further. And then who knows what happens. It's insane. You can't do stuff like that. But I did try to reach out to Headcannon, as you heard. The next day, Headcannon put out a message on social media and said, I want to take a moment to thank Kevin for reaching out and addressing this. Honestly, I don't know him, but I know news and marketing, and I take this very seriously. Lending a name is one thing, but I want all my code devs and publishing clients to have recognition for their work, which, again, I 100% did from the start because I also believe that. But I'm not going to put Decon in the title because Decon's message, Decon is not tied to what I was reporting on, which is the message that Headcannon did. I don't want to say that what Headcannon is saying is also what Decon believes
you would have been
because
presuming.
I don't know that.
Right.
The story was about what Headcannon said.
Let me know when I can ask a question.
So that was very nice of them. I appreciate that they put that out there. And I said to them, I replied to that and I said, thank you for the response and understanding. Again, I sincerely apologize for the trouble and honestly never intended any harm. If there's anything else I can do to better this situation, please don't hesitate to ask. And then that was responded to by people saying horrible stuff, but again, expected. Headcannon can do whatever they want. As far as I'm concerned, It's done and dusted. As I said 2 times now, I never intended any harm. I never thought anything bad would come from this story at all. But done and dusted, water under the bridge for me. It's 100% okay. I will say I am a little surprised that Headcannon didn't delete their original tweet, because you think if they were like, okay, everything's in the clear now, misunderstanding. I caused a lot of whatever. I'll delete mine, and I deleted mine too and changed the story because I felt it was the right thing to do. I'm not out to cause trouble. I'm not out to make anybody upset. If I was reporting a fact and somebody got mad at the fact, I would not take that down. But somebody didn't like the tone of what I wrote and felt it was disingenuous or steered things in the wrong way. And I'm open to changing that. I didn't change any of the facts of the story at all. I just adjusted the title. I got no problem with that. But that's the way
I feel like every time you have a situation like this and it gets smoothed over, the other side never deletes the original tweet. I feel like that you never see that.
Very rarely, I will say I have seen that. So I don't know, but that's the story. That's where it ends, as far as I know. I can't think of anything else. So, Mom Brain, you had something you want to say?
Couple of things. One, I think I could see someone making the case for not deleting a tweet because they don't want to like erase history, right? So I could see a case made for that. Where I have a problem, or I guess maybe better put, is where I do think it's absolutely okay and actually sort of incumbent on people to delete a tweet is when it causes like a lot of like viciousness, people saying things like that. I feel like at that point, it's like, this could be really harmful to people. So it does need to be deleted because it like the harm that having it exist does outweighs the needing it in perpetuity to be able to like, right. And that's A. B, if we had a do-over in this situation, I would have really loved for the Headcannon person to have like not been, it was worded in a way that felt like the intention might have been to like inflame, or the person writing it was angry and that's like how they were expressing themselves.
I'm sure the person that wrote it was very angry. Yes.
So and that's where like this becomes not journalism, right? Like that's not journalism.
Oh, I want to stress this, by the way. I'm not a journalist. I don't claim what I do is journalism at all. I am a blogger. That's words that are used towards me. And I know sometimes they're meant as a negative thing and sometimes as a positive. I just want to say, I do not consider myself a journalist. I never went to school for journalism. I am not a journalist in my eyes. I just want, just want to put that point out there.
So, but like, okay, great. So we take out the journalism piece, but like so much less harm or like yucky stuff would have resulted if he had just reached out to you and been like, appreciate, but would you mind making sure that like my crew gets the credit? Because like if you knew who we were as like a podcast crew or who you are as a person, like there's nothing more important than making sure that the appropriate people get the appropriate credit, that the little guy or girl or non-binary gets lifted. Like
they got the credit.
Right. But I guess the Headcannon person's problem was that the developer was not in the title of the article.
Yes, and I understand that, but they have nothing to do with the story.
So, but my point is, if his sentiment remained, the way he could have reached out to you, like personally, or even like replied to, whatever, put out in the world, hey, let's not forget my amazing team, or hey, let's not, right? Like there are so many other ways that could have been addressed.
Yeah, but my only thing is, why would you say that? Because they are like,
right.
That listen, I said the developer in the post because I just wanted to be clear that this was the publisher and not the developer. But to put them in the title serves no purpose other than to show that they're the developer of the game.
Yeah.
Whereas the story here was the publisher of the game has said this about the corporate bureaucracy,
Bureaucracy.
and I was like, yeah, I co-sign that. I agree with that, and
Right,
that's
right.
the message. And I don't know if the developer believes that or feels that way, so I'm not gonna
And
lump them into the title.
Also, and perhaps most importantly, I just don't. I have a lot of really strong feelings about a lot of things. We've seen some really horrible stuff happening. The private thoughts and conversations that I have with, you guys at this table and people that I trust, I may say nasty things, right? That like I might mean, I might not mean. It might just be because I'm angry. But online is not a place for that, right? Like where it is so public and where you don't know people and you don't know, like it just I'm not online a whole lot, right, in that way, but it just is so sad and frustrating to me. And my hope is that if anybody is the recipient of that kind of vitriol and disgusting conversation, like that comment, right? Like my hope is that you disgusting, foul, go tell it to the toilet, that you know better, right? And that should not have any impact on what you do and how you live, and that if it does, you should be seeking help for that, right? Like, and my most earnest hope is that, and I kind of believe that this is the case, that our people at GoNintendo, our listeners, our readers, are better than that and would never engage in that kind of behavior online.
And this is the thoughts of Mom Brain and
Right,
not me.
right.
I want to stress that because I very much understand reading something or whatever and getting upset about it
Yes.
and wanting to turn online to vent your frustrations and also feel like you're not alone. I get all of that. I do understand it. Obviously, someone
But to tell someone, wish death on someone, not okay.
Oh yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. The comments of like, journalists, like
Yeah.
that, just that kind of behavior is unacceptable and should not be tolerated. And if you are the recipient of that kind of information or behavior from someone else, again, know that that's not acceptable. That is not real. That is not true. And if it's something that worries you or you continue to think about, you should absolutely seek help and support from someone to help you process that, because this is disgusting and people should not tell people to die online.
And when it comes to Headcannon, like being upset, and listen, you were upset, or whoever was there was upset, and I get it, and I have no problem with that at all. I just wish people would, if they see something that upsets them like that, and again, I understand the in the moment being upset and the wanting to do something about it and vent your frustrations. I get all that. Just before you decide to take it to the public forum, send an email or send a direct message or reach out on Discord or whatever. At least attempt to say like, hey, I don't care how mad you are when you reach out to that person. You could be mean and rude and whatever, but let them know how you feel and give them a chance to be like, no, we're not changing it, or oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, or whatever. Just try. And I understand that takes a moment of stepping outside yourself and being like, I'm so pissed off, I shouldn't have to do this. And you're right, you shouldn't have to. But if you're gonna go to the online public forum, you, like Mom Brain saying, you have to know there's going to be people out there who are going to crank it up to 11 in a way that you never intended. So
in a way that's also unproductive, completely unproductive. There's no actual real connection there. There's no actual real progress made anywhere. Like,
it seems like it was a very emotional response because they mention how pissed they are that it's a clickbait title when it wasn't really a clickbait title, and knowing you, that's not your thing to do. But what do we see 95% of the time? Clickbait stuff. So what are you going to do?
We played a whole game about it.
Email every single person who writes a clickbait article? No, you're going to get pissed off and you're going to maybe make a tweet that like out of anger, and you just happen to be the straw that broke the camel's back, even though in my view they misunderstood or didn't even read the story, or
they did read the story, because in their in their tweet, they mentioned that they know I said the developer in the post. It's just they didn't.
There's a lot of confusion there
Like-
then for me, because like obviously I know you personally, but like you don't need to know you personally to read your stories and like kind of get the hang of it quickly.
I think what
when
it
you're
is
inundated with like 95% clickbait crap.
I think what it is this is, this for whatever reasons they have a lot of negative feelings around a certain, publishing, developing, marketing, all that stuff, and they take it very seriously. And it appears they've had bridges burned, or they've been wronged or stuff. So all that's bubbling under the surface already. So they'll see a headline like mine, and while it might read completely fine and normal to me, they may see it and take something else from it, or think something's inferred, and it sets them off. And I'm not saying that's wrong or right. It just it's about a topic that clearly seems like it's already near and dear to them and has hurt them in some way. So they may see something that I write or anybody writes and be like that. See it in a light that it was never intended. So I just think that's what it was. It was like there was already a scab there, and this picked the scab, and they were upset about it. So again, no ill will to Headcannon, no ill will to I wish the situation didn't happen, obviously, but I'm not mad. I'm not upset. It's a learning moment. And like I said, I think it's really important to talk about it out there because of the way the world is right now and the online space. And as Deux and I have been talking about, gamers right now, when it comes to social media and talking and comments and all that, it's horrendous. It's absolutely horrible. So I feel this is important to mention and to shine a light on, because you never know who will hear it and maybe might consider or think better of doing something like leaving a death threat comment down the road. If we can make anybody stop and think for a split second longer than they would have before, then that's all that it is.
Radical Defect Master Higgins made a really good point that I think covers a lot. There are some areas where I think obviously like you have to be public about some things, right? If like you're being hurt or abused or whatever, like you have to speak up, speak out. But in general, they said, I always settle my matters in private, even when I'm maximum pissed. But I'm also terminally offline and can't stand public forum. Worked for 17 years in customer service. People love to whine for the sake of it. I just don't. Outside of wear a mask around me when you're sick, for the love of flip-flops. And I agree with that, right? Like if you have beef with somebody, or like something is really needs to be ridiculed, that's a private matter, right? Like, and professionally, like that's something that is in like my code of ethics, right? When you're providing correction or feedback to someone, that really should be done in private. And on the flip side, if the occasion can tolerate it, praise as publicly as you can, and as often as you can, and as in person as you can.
Certainly try to do.
And I think that's huge.
I think it's important to point out that like people are constantly learning, and I've learned over the years how to handle myself and approach things differently. And there are times when I've made decisions and handled things and went about things in ways where I look back now and I'm like, God, how embarrassing. That was completely the wrong way to do it. So people need to have their moments where, whatever, something happens and they're like, oh my God, maybe why did I do that?
It's
or
never
maybe
too late to call yourself out either.
So it happens. I really can't stress this enough. I have no ill will against Headcannon, and this is not meant to drag them at all. It's just a situation that I felt was important to talk about. And I'm happy to talk about Headcannon whenever. And I'm very excited for Roboto still. Like, seriously, I wish this didn't happen, because my plan was I was going to play the demo of Roboto this week. I was going to write about it on Patreon, and I was going to talk about it on the podcast because it looked really awesome. And my only proof of that is Mom Brain being there when I literally found out about the game. But now I'm like, I can't do that now, because people are going to hear this and be like, he's just doing it because, and I don't want it to be like that. So I haven't played the demo. I wanted to get this story out there first on the podcast, and then next week I'll play the demo and talk about it. But it's just, a precautionary tale for a whole bunch of different reasons and ways, and maybe it'll make somebody think differently of leaving a comment that is way, way, way over the line. But that's the whole rigmarole, and we move on from it. And I wish Headcannon nothing but great luck and success going forward with all of their projects, be it self-developed or published. And again, they are the publisher and They're handling porting on Roboto.
SD makes a
And
very
Decon
good
is the
point.
developer. Ironically, SD says, I think the person who responded to RMC in that way was because of his own headcanon. I mean,
That's mostly how people respond to everything,
Yeah.
right? It's not about you. It's about like what their reality is.
and that's
how
not, we're not saying that because we're
Yeah.
better than anybody else.
Right.
It's that
We all do it.
we all do it. And sometimes you need something to happen for you to be like, oh my God, like that was so much of that was in my head and I wasn't really thinking it out. Or I read that one way and it's not meant that way at all. It happens to all of us, including myself. All right, that's that. Let's do fun stuff. The amazing podcast artist, Krazy Kernal, sent us a package a few weeks ago. And we are going to open it now. I have no idea what's in it. Mom Brain opened it ahead of time, but I'm just,
I just
what
cut through the tape. I didn't
Yeah.
like open.
we talked about this. Kernal sent me a character. So I've been getting into collecting
Are you
figurines.
sure that's in there? Because I know he's famous for putting.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
this
okay.
is what's in here. He sent me a One Piece figurine, and I told him I've only watched. Oh, this is taped. I only watched a little bit of One Piece. I want to watch much more, and I'm very interested in it. But there's like 1,100 episodes, so it's not something I could just like crank out. I mean, I'm having trouble with My Hero Academia as it is because I'm so far behind. But I'm watching episodes when I can. I just watched one last night. That was a really good episode. But he is not into anime and doesn't watch One Piece, so he was talking to me about how he had a figure and asked if I wanted it, and I was like, well, yeah, this is what's actually in here. So now this is another excuse for me to watch more One Piece. They are going to reboot the anime. It's true.
Who's the figure?
The figure is, because I don't watch, it looks like a special version of Luffy, which is the main character. Monkey D. Luffy, Gear 5. I'm guessing it's the Gear 5 version of
Man,
him.
washboard abs. There's a couple extra in there.
He's got
All right.
he's got some
Yeah, and they're
sort
like-
of
They're like shrink wrapped.
he's got some sort of big
Ooh, he's cool. He reminds me of the trinket that I just got
Word.
yesterday.
Trinkets.
what's the word?
Cloud?
Scar on his chest. Scar on his chest from something. But yes, I am not.
Oh, there's his hat. He's got the hat.
He's the yes, he's the one that. Oh, look at that 10 division.
Whoa!
Is that the exact same one?
No.
No, but it's
No.
Oh, he's got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, it is not. These are different.
But does he have the hat in yours, 10 division?
Yes, Luffy, as you know, in his most common form, is the one we see with the straw hat and the red vest and all that. Also, another Alf figurine.
Wow.
Ooh.
As it says here, this is not Alf. This is Gordon Shumway with saxophone,
Oh, man.
coming straight from Ross. See, we got to go to Ross.
That is
I
awesome.
know.
Do you mind if I see that
Of
closer?
course
We
not.
don't have any Ross that are like really close by or really close by anything we do.
I mean, I don't.
Oh,
This is amazing.
my lord.
Next up is from Miniso, a capybara pouch, Mom Brain,
Hmm.
for you to carry your money and trinkets with. Look at this. This is beautiful, Mom Brain. I'm gonna give you that one.
Ooh, it feels
I
really
know.
nice.
That Alf is very good.
It's just so specific.
And
Like,
I
what
like-
a strange thing to make an entire figurine out of.
I mean,
Look at how
Alf
it's
in any
sitting.
figurine form is fine by me.
And if you see it from the back, it's just like a fuzzy bean.
Nice.
Is this a
Oh,
peacock?
it's very soft.
This is a peacock.
Ow!
Because I hate peacocks and I'm terrified of peacocks.
But it's an Aldi peacock.
It's an Aldi peacock.
Very cute.
Levi. Animal. Peacock. Yep. Star sign. Leo.
Ramit is a Leo.
Birthday August 9th. 10 days
Ooh.
before mine. Its favorite hobby is paddle tennis.
As in
there you go.
pickleball?
Maybe.
Maybe. See that baby.
Thanks, Colonel.
Holy
Great.
moly. It even has like a little Aldi bag.
Well, I mean, certainly a stuffed animal peacock can't scare you.
I don't like peacock. All right, thank you.
What happened? Where did your parents take you? Where
You haven't
a
heard this
peacock-
story?
I'm sure I have, but
Yeah, a Turtleback Zoo. When we were kids, we went to the Turtleback Zoo, and back in that time, they used to let peacocks were for some. Oh, I know the reason. Peacocks were the only animal that were allowed to roam free in the zoo, and they used to chase
because they're so majestic.
people and scream. And that is exactly what a peacock did to me and chased me through the entire zoo.
I guarantee you, if that didn't happen to you and you saw a TikTok of that happening to some kid, you'd laugh your butt off.
A kid or an old person? Yes, 100%.
Well, you were a kid
yeah.
at the time, right?
Oh yes, if it was if I saw that happen to somebody else, it would be very funny. This is Alf playing cards that are state based. Wow, I hope there's a jersey. Open these up and see if there's a jersey based one.
I mean,
Amazing.
do Michaels, please?
Man,
We also have a capybara sticker decal.
you sure you
Capybara.
want to open these? They're like stamped 1987.
I feel like we have to know if there's a New Jersey in there. It's the right thing to
The
do.
capybara is in a nice little hot bag.
That's right, SD. I'm against NBC. Actually, I'm against CBS right now.
That's cute too.
Well, one day I'll be against all of them. Whoa.
I can't. do it. I
Mally's
can't do it.
Buckeye milk chocolate. Ooh, I want to eat these right now. Open that up. You're not going to open them?
You open them. I can't. I can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah, I want to know if I open it,
I
will you
wanna
go
know
through
too.
the cards?
These
Sure.
are
Okay.
beautiful.
The cards are being opened.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, for Christmas, Nikki Hill got me, amongst other things,
Hi, Blood Ocean. Good to see you.
this sticker set of Garfield stuff that he had found in his house, and he had never opened them, and they were like from the 80s or something. It was like,
They're meant to be enjoyed. We
Ooh.
also have milk chocolate covered graham crackers.
Mally's.
Oh, these are going to be so
I'm looking up
good.
Mally's. I'm guessing it's like a real cool place. It looks like they've got some beautiful candy.
10 Division says, when I was a kid on NBC, I saw them explain that Nabisco is short for National Biscuit Company, but I didn't hear the Nabisco part. So I thought that meant NBC stood for National Biscuit Company.
I think
Now it does.
Nabisco, weren't they the one? What's the one at Chelsea Market that was started at Chelsea Market?
I don't know. There's a note in here that says Merry January, and here is to many more. Had to include Monkey D. Luffy for stability. Sorry. It's okay. Listen, I have nothing against One Piece. It's just I haven't watched it. Or I've only seen a few episodes. More capybara. Oh! Oh!
With his little nose poking out?
We have a Don keychain.
cool.
Anime. Don acrylic keychain #1. Momo holding round 1 item. It's just Momo. I love it. I love it. We also have
Oh, she's
Gintama
so cute.
keychain. Gintama is another one that I haven't watched, but I know is very popular. And we have, oh, here we go. It's the whole group. We got Momo and Grandma and Turbo Granny and man, this is great. This is really cool.
There's no New Jersey Alf card, unfortunately.
Oh.
The chocolate capital of Cleveland.
We also have a Klee bar, solid Mally's milk chocolate. Oh, God, I want to eat all this. We also have Mally's fruit slices. Green.
Sideways Hanko Malley.
George, it's limes, George.
Oh my god! Oh my, this is the best.
We got to eat these right now. Yeah, I'll give George one
Open them up.
first.
Are they from 1987?
George, you can have the first one, and we'll all join you. Here, this one's for George.
So,
This one's for George.
George, are you ready?
You want one, too?
My mouth is already open. Oh, that's nice. And
George,
tart.
it's gone already. George, holy crap.
George, no, my finger. George, George.
I can't stop.
Let me lick the lime juice off that finger.
George, please.
All right, ready? Let's eat these.
Oh, sorry, I just ate one.
Mhm.
That's good.
Fart, yes.
Oh,
It's like a chuckle, but better.
that's very good. Oh, man.
And the rind, they have like a little rind. It's like a little bit different texture. It
Mhm.
like goes
I
nicely.
didn't have one yet. I need one.
George, you almost took my finger off.
We have 6 shooter coffee, Collinwood espresso, chocolate, caramel, apple. Mom Brain, this is for you.
Mmm.
Mom Brain being extremely quiet.
All right. Anybody from
Oh, smell that.
there's a little fact on a lot of these Alf cards on the back. So for instance, this one, Ohio. Anybody from Ohio can confirm this. It says here the state motto is "With God, all things are possible."
It's beautiful.
Is that insane or what?
It's beautiful.
Well,
A little dated.
based on
Red Souza, that's great. Red Souza captured the moment of George eating the lime.
based on Mally's chocolates, I believe Ohio is, if you see those 2 holes and you squeeze the bag, it'll give you a nice puff.
Go for the 2 holes, squeeze it back. We also have a capybara keychain.
With a little orange on its nog.
We have a gourmet mint dark chocolate Mally's chocolates bar. Man, I love it. We have... Oh, Mom Brain, it's right up your alley. It's a blind box capybara product. That's all you. Don't know what it is.
You tell me when I can open it.
Huh?
You tell me when.
Go ahead. Blood Ocean, that's an awesome Batman piece of art you have there. Oh! Kafka Hibino from Kaiju number 8, a keychain. My former Fortnite guy. I love him so much. I should go get my... Oh, I might have a picture on my phone. I could show you
Oh
the
my God,
figurine
if
I
this
have.
is right, you're going to love it.
Mom Brain, just open up the blind box capybara toy, and inside is... Drum roll, please. Mom Brain usually does the drum roll, so whatever. Just go.
It's on there somewhere. It is. A capybara playing the saxophone.
Oh, there's something else that plays the saxophone around here.
Alf.
Where did he go?
He's gone.
And
Yo.
you set him up on a little stage and it says showtime.
Oh my God. Well, speak of the devil. An Alf keychain.
Wow, this
That
seems
pose
awesome.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is great. And then the last thing in here, what is this?
Kernal, this is ridiculous.
Oh my God. What
This
is
Is that
is
a
a lot.
tablecloth? That's a tablecloth. For a kid's party
What?
or like a party.
You wanna I'm letting you open that up because I don't want to ruin it.
Well, I don't think we can open the whole thing.
Those look amazing.
Also, there's something else down here. A Pizza Hut sticker. Kernal, thank you so much for all
Wow.
this.
Yeah, this is
You
Yeah.
don't
ridiculous.
have to do this. I hate that you do this, but I love you. You're the best. Really, you don't have to put these together for us. It's very nice of you, but the real gift is you allowing us to showcase your amazing artwork every single week.
look
It is a true honor. Yo, Lucky, it's me on TV. Or does it say Lucky? Let me see.
I think it's Lucky. Lucky.
Yo,
we
yo,
can
Lucky,
open
look
it.
at me on TV. I mean, if you want
You know
to.
what I'll do? I'm gonna get like a clear plastic tablecloth. We could put this on the table and then put the clear plastic over top.
Yes.
I've been meaning to redo the table anyway for a while.
So I just want to point out on the art for the Utah State Alf one, he's at the Great Salt Lake and it's not salty enough. He's drinking it with a straw and he's putting more salt in it, and there's a little bubble that says needs more salt. That
Do
Alf
we know
is
Alf to be extra into salt?
Loves cats,
don't
loves
know.
salt.
it's great.
Oh man. These Buckeyes are really good.
This chocolate company
They look
looks
amazing.
fantastic.
These look incredible. These chocolate covered
up.
graham crackers.
Crack in, baby.
These are reminding me of something.
Thank
I don't.
you.
Oh my god, that peanut butter is legit.
Not
No.
for me right now. I will, but I'm just
Hey, there's Alf. He's in the chat right now. Thank you so much, Kernal.
Oh man, it's
This
like
is incredible.
it's like cherry cordial, except take out all the cherry cordial and put
Yep.
peanut butter.
And I don't like cherries, so give it to me. I'm gonna open up the graham crackers and then we'll get to our Patreon because Do wanted to try and I also wanted to try. Holy moly, these are beasts.
Oh, thank you.
Mom Brain, do you want a graham cracker?
not right now, thank you.
I'm gonna try one bite. Mmm. Mmm.
Looks good.
Mmm. I love graham crackers in general.
Me too. Did you guys see the trend that's going around of taking Biscoff cookies and putting them, like smushing them down into a container of Greek yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt, and it's supposed to taste like cheesecake?
No.
I did see that, but I don't like cheesecake.
So I just did it with graham crackers in some vanilla Greek yogurt because that's what we've got. So I'm letting it sit and we'll see how it turns out.
I did not mean to put a Samus on that. Roth apparently said, thank you, Giant Reggie, that today is peanut butter day.
Peanut butter Tuesday.
Peanut butter
Mhm.
Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Talk.
I'm sorry.
Talk.
Oh, It looks like Ice Dilbert put up those graham crackers.
Yeah, I'm eating them right now. They're excellent.
Yeah, this company, Mally's Chocolates, looks
Hi, Joe Shabadoo.
like a place I would like to explore if we ever made it. We did. Did we do Ohio? No.
Nico
No.
Darunia, that's very true. Isn't every day peanut butter day? I have been to Ohio a couple times, yes.
I've been, just not with you. What did you go to Ohio for?
My parents had friends, like a husband and wife couple they were friends with. They were probably swinging with them. We used to hang out with them and their kids back in the day.
We've been together 25 plus years, and I did not know that. We learned a new fact today.
Buddy and Eileen.
Those names I know.
There you go. Now you know.
Wow.
Did you have to call them aunt and uncle, or did you call them Buddy and Eileen?
Fun fact, he doesn't call his aunts and uncles aunt and uncle.
Mm-hmm. Never have. So I don't remember ever addressing them. I just know their names were Buddy and Eileen. You know, my parents would hang out with them and we'd hang out with their kids. I can't remember their kids' names. It was too young, two girls our age.
Dorothy's kids call me Aunt. They call me Aunt D, and they call him Kevin. Aunt D and Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, in my family growing up, we never called aunts and uncles aunt and uncle. We just said their names. And I don't know why that is, but I like it. All right, let's move on to Patreon. Mom Brain, did you know that you could join the GoNintendo Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. What do we got this week on Patreon? Let me tell you.
Okay, before you start.
Yeah, perfect time.
Thank you. We will have that coffee next week, or the next time Nikki Hill is also here to enjoy. Just wanted everyone to know. And actually, right now, we are enjoying the coffee that Nikki Hill gave me for Christmas.
And it starts
Oh,
right
really?
now.
Yeah. It's really good. I meant to comment on it earlier.
Where's
I
the
think it's
squeeze holes?
delicious.
Oh, here.
I've been
Yeah.
drinking coffee that he gave me as well. Some Big Lebowski-esque coffee. It's like a white Russian flavored or something. It's really great.
Here's what I talked about on Patreon this week. As you'll remember, last week was mostly a solo show, and I do my best, but when it got to the what we played section, I forgot to mention something. I forgot to mention that we played Pico Park 2. So I wrote a Patreon post about it because I was very embarrassed that I forgot to mention that. But I'm not going to talk about the post now because I'll allow Deux to talk about it later because we played it together.
Aw.
I also wrote about the soundtrack to Dispatch because it is such a fantastic soundtrack. And I wrote about how it really snuck up on me. I remember playing through the game and really loving the soundtrack as it was going. But I've been listening to it while I worked, and it multiple times got me emotional with songs that I didn't even realize like were connecting with me while I was playing. So I was like, man, this soundtrack is something really special because usually I could be like, yeah, this song, this is when this happens. But there's a lot of like background music in the game that, you know, takes a backseat to what's going on in the game. And it's just kind of, I don't want to say kind of there as in it's bad. It just perfectly fits the moment and smooths in to become like one cohesive thing. And when I listen to the soundtrack while I'm working, I'm like, this song, yeah. I was like, man, what a killer soundtrack. So I wrote about that because I usually, when I hear soundtracks for games, I usually like am very aware of what's going on. And I guess just in that game, the story had me so interested and I was laser focused on that, but also the music was heightening it. And I didn't realize how much and to what degree. I reached out to, there's two composers on Dispatch. One of them, to my understanding, did the bulk of the soundtrack and another one supplied a few songs along the way. The main composer I reached out to and they said they were happy to do an interview. So I sent them over the questions and I haven't gotten them back yet, but as soon as I get them back, I'll get up the interview on the site. So hopefully this week. And I was really happy to do that because I just love talking about the game in general. And I don't think game composers.
Whatever the hell. You said in general.
I don't get the. I don't think game composers get the attention and praise and recognition that they deserve. So I'm always out to talk to them and try and spread the word in some way. So look forward to that interview. I also wrote about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the new Game of Thrones show, because I didn't get into Game of Thrones until Deux asked me to watch it, and I want to say that was
We were still in the
when the
apartment.
4th season was airing.
Oh, wow.
I feel like. So I got caught up then, and I really liked it. And then by the second to last season, I was like, I don't like what's going on here. And then the last season, I was like, no, what happened here?
Yeah.
Then I watched House of the Dragon. Right?
Yes.
The first season of that, and I was like, I just don't like this. This feels very low quality to me. And I stopped after the first season. And the combination of those two things, I was like, I think I'm pretty much done with Game of Thrones unless something like really big changes or something big happens. And there was A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, where it seemed like, as someone who hasn't read the books or anything related to them, it seemed like a smaller stakes, smaller scale story that really focused in on two characters in particular. And I was like, and then I watched the trailer. I was like, this seems like it could be pretty good. And I talked to Deux and I was like, are you going to watch it? And he said, yes. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to give it a shot. So I watched the first episode, which is the only one that's out right now. And I was like, son of a bitch, this is really good. I was like, I really genuinely enjoyed this. It was funny. The way it is shot, it does things that other Game of Thrones shows don't do. The story, at least now, does seem small scale or very much a character study of mostly one character, but I'm sure it will be two as it goes on and their relationship. And I just, everything really, I don't have any complaints about it. I really enjoyed it.
George R. R. Martin can really write great characters. And that's why, in my opinion, the beginning of the game, like the first few seasons of Game of Thrones, is excellent because we have the books with all the characters and it really drills down on them. And then it's the same with The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. He wrote those short stories and they have a lot of character development. With House of the Dragon, I'm interested in the story, but the work that it's based off of is less like a written story and more like a history book type thing. So you don't really get any of the real personalities of those characters in his writing for that. You can infer a lot, and but like, again, it's like reading an account of like history, and it's like we don't really know exactly what these people said or did. So that's why House of the Dragon for me also rings very hollow, where it was a breath of fresh air to kind of come back to a character driven story where, you know, there's a beginning and an end for this story that they're telling right now. So it feels like somebody wrote this on purpose.
And the main character, Sir Duncan, is just, from what I've seen, very enjoyable. Like you root for this guy instantly. He appears to be very kind despite his upbringing. It's not, I don't know all of it, but it seems like the person who's responsible for bringing him up wasn't exactly the best, but still Sir Duncan ended up being pretty good.
The show goes really hard on his mentor, Sir Arlen. He was like sour and, you know, a hedge knight and, you know, smacked Dunk around when he deserved it. But he taught Dunk a lot as well, and maybe in the season they'll talk about that. In this first episode they didn't really do that, but it doesn't matter. I mean, what's interesting about it is what makes him, quote, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms isn't, you know, the title Sir. It's how he is inside. And he's not like one of these legendary swordsmen. Like, he's not the best fighter. He's just a big tough guy who fights for what's right, and that's kind of what makes a knight. But in the Game of Thrones universe, how many quote knights have we met that aren't very valiant? You know, like, that's part of the whole thing. So it's really, really interesting, and I like how they did in the show, how he's not really a knight. It's alluded to in the books, but in this they make it kind of clear that, like, and again, I like that because it's not the point. The point isn't you were knighted so that you're a good person all of a sudden. Like, the point is it's what's inside of him that makes him the, quote, knight. So yeah, I really liked the first episode a lot, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest. And I'm a big fan of that stuff. So we'll see. We've got maybe a good 3 seasons of this because there's 3 stories that he's actually written, and then after that it's after that, well, HBO can screw it up.
We're very early on, so we'll just enjoy what we got for now.
I
Yes,
love Egg though. I love that. I love the kid who plays Egg.
Egg. SD, that's right, not the hero of the South. I watched that episode last night, and I guess you watched it too, dude?
What episode?
Freerin?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Because I logged in to watch last night, and it was already watched. And I was like, "Oh, dude's keeping up with it." Yes,
That's
with
right.
the hero of the South. Man, hero of the South is so damn cool. I don't want to get into it and spoil, but yes, whatever. I could talk about Freerin all the time. But anyway, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Really enjoyed it. Very excited to see what happens from here on out. And I recommend it to my parents because they watched Game of Thrones, but they also didn't really enjoy
Right.
the end. And I was telling my dad specifically, I was like, you should check it out because I really liked it. And I think you
your
would
dad
too.
will
He
like it.
watched it and he liked it a lot. He really, really enjoyed it. Moving on. I also talked about first party updates. So Animal Crossing New Horizons got a version 3.0 update for free that adds in a whole bunch of extra stuff.
No additional charge.
And that's right. And it came out of nowhere because it really came out of nowhere because Nintendo originally said the version 2.0 update was going to be the final content update for that game. And then years later, they're like, surprise, here's version 3. And then this week, Nintendo out of nowhere was like, hey, you got Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Well, we got a free content update for that as well. And it adds in Dixie Kong and it adds in a new mode. And if you play on Switch 2, it's got enhanced graphics. And I was like, where did this come from? Why are you doing this? I'm not complaining, but it's like Nintendo's just like, let's see what first party stuff we got and let's do an update because why not? So I said, it seems like everything's fair game now. If it was a first party Switch game, it could get a free content update and we'll never see it coming. So I was talking to people about what games they would like to see a free content update for. And I said Captain Toad Treasure Tracker because I just want more levels for that game. I'll take more levels all the time.
I could play that game infinitely if they
Yep.
just kept making levels.
Exactly what I said. And I was like, just give me more. I know they've already added more when it came to Switch and everything, but give me more. That's all. So we talked about that.
Give me some more.
I also talked about the new family member we'll be getting soon.
What?
Mom Brain is not excited.
What?
Nintendo finally shared the release date for and open pre-orders for the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Talking Flower. And I was interested when they revealed that a few months ago, but I was like, let me see how much it is. And blah, blah, blah. So they did a trailer this week. I don't remember when they said it's coming out. March, I think. I'll tell you later. And the price was $35. And I was like, oh, well, yes. I mean, like I bought a Larmo for what, $110. And I was like, this is pricey, but I want this. So a talking flower for $35. I was like, I'm all over this. So I bought it and I was like, I liked the trailer. And the trailer just brought a tear to my eye because I'm like, I just like this weird, silly Nintendo stuff that no other company would ever dare do because of a whole bunch of reasons. But Nintendo's like, yeah, let's make a toy flower that talks to you twice every hour and it just sits there. And I love it. I don't know what to say. I absolutely love that. You can make it talk more if you want. But
More.
but
Just what I want.
I was thinking less.
well, 2 times an hour is like nothing. And you can also hold the button down to silence it and it'll say something like, I'm going to go quiet for a little bit or something like that. So if 2 times an hour is literally too much for you, you can make it go quiet completely.
I
and it
love
just
how
sits there.
in the 80s they couldn't even give us their Famicom. They had to give us this gray box because we're Americans and we don't like anything flashy. But now we get these colorful talking flowers.
Well, it's a flower representing the flower in the game. It has to look like it does in the game. I mean, they're not going to make an Americanized version of the flower. Listen, if anything, nowadays, especially in the last few years, I don't know why this has. Well, to some degree it's true, and some degree it's not. Audiences or companies are realizing, oh my God, these people like this thing because of the way it is. We don't need to adapt it for over there. They like it because of what it is. It's like anime. It's like, wow, anime is huge around the world and it's really popping off these last few years and they like it for what it is. We don't need to worry about how this joke doesn't make sense there or this drawing doesn't look like traditional Western drawings or anything like that. People enjoy it because of what it is. They're not looking for it to be changed. Whereas, back in the day, we would see that all the time. You get localized NES games where they're like, no, these characters are too Asian. Take them out. We got to make it, That's why the Noid game became the Noid game. They didn't release it as it originally was over here because it was tied to a property that wouldn't make any sense for us, which really didn't matter. And they were like, well, what are we going to do? Let's put the Noid in it from Domino's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that game, but it wasn't until years later that I found out it was a completely different character and
Like
artwork
Doki
and everything
Doki
in
Panic?
Japan. I don't remember what it was called, but it's completely different. But yes, we're moving away from that stuff. But yeah, I jumped on that pre-order for the flower right away because I'm excited to have it in my office, sitting right next to my Alarmo. SD, you're right. SD says in the 90s we would have gotten an angry flower instead. That's what they would have done. It would have need to be mean or angry, or it would have had a gun like Shadow the Hedgehog did, and all that edgelord stuff. And then finally, I talked about phased boss fights. Chances are you've played a game where you fight a boss that has multiple phases to them, 1 or 2 phases,
That is like a
sometimes
nightmare for
3
me.
phases, and you never know it's coming. And I said, I like a phased boss fight, but I do have a problem with them. I don't mind a challenging phased boss fight either, but I do have a problem when you do a boss fight and it takes like 20, 25 minutes to get to the final phase, and then you die. And then you have to go into the boss fight again, and you have to get through those first 20 plus minutes just to get back to where you were. And I said, from a time perspective, I wish games respected their players a bit more. And I know there are some games where it's like, this is meant to be grueling and this is meant to be taxing, like a Dark Souls or something like that. So I get it, but not every game is like that. Like a Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest, they're not made to be grueling or taxing. So I said, call me crazy, but how about this? Phase boss fights where, let's say, you make it to the second phase of a 3-phase boss and you die. How about the game lets you pick back up from the second phase exactly where you were,
Checkpoints,
and
people.
and with the health and magic points and everything you had. Give me that option. Just let me pick up exactly from where I was at the start of the phase with what I had at the start of the phase, and then I can try again, or I can restart completely if I want to.
Did you beat Metroid Prime 4?
No, because I've switched.
It's funny that you say that, because you're without spoilers. Your post makes sense.
I've seen a lot of people talking about having a tough time with the boss fight, so I don't know what goes down.
I
But
mean, I found it to be very tough, but I don't think you'd have a problem with it. But
we'll
it
find
does
out.
have that checkpoint system in it, and I really appreciated that, because I ended up having to play it quite a few times.
I listen, especially like I said, it's mostly for me from a time perspective, because if you go through a phase boss fight and it takes 30 minutes and you die, you're like, now I got to play 20 plus minutes just to get back to where I was for another attempt. And I would just rather you start me at the beginning of the phase where I had what I had when I first got there the first time. And if I want to try again just to try and get there with more health or whatever, that's fine too. But just give me the option. That's all. As long as the core focus, or one of the core focuses of your game, isn't the fact that it should be brutally hard and make you suffer, which some of those games exist. As long as it's not meant to be that kind of game, then take care of your players. Pokemon Legends lets you pick up with the boss's health bar where it was when you died. And Matty Biss says, that was 10 Division. And Matty Biss says, yeah, ZA was amazing for this. There you go. So some games do it, and I think more need to do it. I love a phase boss fight, but respect my time. Respect my time. Some of us, back in the day, we didn't do anything, and we were kids, and we didn't have jobs, and we didn't whatever. When your chores and your homework were done, you did whatever. So we'd blow through games, and it wouldn't matter how much time. Nowadays, everybody's doing a whole bunch of things, family, work, whatever. So you're tired, and you get your time at night to play, and you got an hour and a half to play, and you die during a boss fight, and you're like, I just don't have the time to try this again right now.
Back then, your game library wasn't so damn big, too.
I vividly,
you actually replayed games back then.
I remember a time for many years as a kid or a teen where I didn't have a backlog of games. It was just I played the games, I finished them, and I'm like, when's the next game coming out? So I used to think like they don't put games out fast enough. I beat these games before the next one I want comes out. Now that is clearly not the case. That's your Patreon post this week, my friend. Thanks for the recent people who joined. I appreciate it. The newcomers, also thanks for the longtime supporters. It's great to have you there. I love the Patreon. We have a lot of fun over there. I, again, answer if you leave a comment within the first 24 hours of that, or if you leave a comment before I come in to do the next day's post, I will respond to you. You have my word. I respond to all of them. All right. Now let's do news. Finally. Thank you. I know this is quieter than usual, but it's fine over here. It's the connection. Okay. We got this is a week. This is a week, babies. We got some stuff to talk about because we got listen, there's things I really want to drill down into. So if you listen to this podcast for Nintendo news, which we talk about that sometimes, this is your show. We have the Japanese sales figures for hardware and software. Mom Brain, where are you going? Because I'm going to talk to you.
I was just going to go get a drink.
Okay. So this is the wrap up for 2025. We'll start with hardware because that doesn't really matter. Coming in 5th place overall in Japan, the PS4. The PS4 sold another 1,087 units throughout all of 2025. So the PS4 is pretty much done over there. 1,000 units across the whole year. That's, it's not nothing, but it's pretty close to nothing. Number 4 is the Xbox Series X and S, which sold 31,000 units, which just goes to show how poorly the Xbox sells over in Japan.
Poorly.
Total sales for that platform combined are 688,000 in Japan, so it hasn't even sold 1 million units yet. What? Xbox is hurting everywhere, but in Japan it's extra bad. PS5 comes in 3rd place with another 879,000 units sold in 2025. That puts its total since it launched at 7.2 million. Your number 2 best-selling hardware is the regular Switch. It sold another 1.5 million units in Japan for 2025. That brings, let me make sure I make this clear to you, that makes the Switch's install base in Japan 36.4 million units. That's in Japan alone. 4, 5. It is 5 times more than what the PS5 has sold in Japan. Wow. But your number 1 in Japan this year is the Switch 2, which again launched in June. So in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 7 months. The Switch 2 has sold 3.7 million units. So that's even with major supply constraints. Switch 2 sold 3.7 million units, off to a stellar start in Japan. Now, I will point out that this helped the Japanese game market grow by almost 40% this year. And Switch 2 sales alone accounted for almost half of all hardware sales in Japan for 2025. This performance made Nintendo the number 1 hardware maker in Japan once again, and it has been number 1 for 19 out of the last 20 years. Now, Mom Brain and Deux, I turn to you guys. Hit your millionaire music. Japan, best-selling physical games. This is only physical numbers of 2025. Mom Brain, I'll start with you. This is all systems.
All systems.
In Japan.
In Japan, physical
only.
For the whole year. Let's do Minecraft.
Minecraft, number 8. Yes, Deux.
There's got to be a Pokemon in there, right?
Yes, we'll lump both of them together. There's Pokemon Legends ZA on Switch and ZA on Switch 2. Combined, they sold 2.5 million units. Mom Brain, back to you.
What is the car one that Scott used to like? You played with Scott.
Why are you talking so quietly?
Forza.
Is it Forza?
Gran Turismo is what you're talking
That's
about.
what I'm thinking. Gran Turismo.
Okay, no. So, Deux, if you could get this, you're the winner.
Mario Kart.
Oh, yes. Mario Kart is your guess?
Yes.
Mario Kart World is numero uno. So, Deux, you won. And SD, I am so glad you said that in the chat. SD said, Deux, pretending not to know about Pokemon. That is true, Deux. And I'm sorry to say this, but you've been caught red-handed.
Look, I got a red eye out to Britain. It's in Britain, right?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. You say what you were going to say.
I'm putting the photo evidence, undeniable, in the Discord.
Uh-oh. I'm scared.
This is from the Pokemon Regional Championships.
Hey, I was told that my Google searches were not seenable.
Not seenable, that's right. And as you can see here, it is Justin Tang versus Deux Michaels. And you can see Deux
What?
in the image up in the top.
That is AI. That is...
Nope, it's right there. It's proof right there. You were, first off, congratulations on being in the Masters top 4, by the way, at the Pokemon Regional Championships. But now you can't deny it anymore. You're right there. And
oh my God, there's a picture of me actually.
What do you mean? Yes, this is real life. There's a picture of you playing in the tournament that you were at.
And I have like a beautiful aura around me
Yeah.
because I'm in the zone, the Poke Zone.
So time to come clean. You can't hide it anymore. You are the #1 Pokemon fan, and you're here playing in the regional Pokemon tournament. Your name is right there.
Yeah,
Your face is right there.
I've been caught red-handed.
There you go. Now the secret's out, and you can't hide it anymore. So
I've been
that's
caught
it.
red and blue-handed.
Oh,
Ooh.
Pokemon jokes. He's got them. So congratulations to you on
That's
your.
so
That's an
funny.
amazing achievement, by the
I
way.
had to zoom in to see the aura around myself.
I wanted
It's
to
definitely
clean it up.
Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, I wanted to clean it up a little bit, but it's not my. Listen, this was sent in to
That's
me
right.
by a viewer, so it's a screen cap. That's just the way it is. It's real, and that's all there is to it. Steve says busted. Yes, 10 Division says Pokemon Scarlet handed. That is correct. All right, your top 10 in Japan for 2025. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. Mario Kart 7 Deluxe still selling. Why does it say Mario Kart 7? That should be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So sorry about that.
Yes,
Minecraft at 8, Kirby Air Riders at 7, Donkey Kong Bonanza at 6, Super Mario Party Jamboree at 5, Monster Hunter Wilds at 4, the only one that is not a Nintendo title on here. Pokemon Legends at 3 and 2, and Mario Kart at 1. 7 out of the top 10 titles for 2025 were Nintendo exclusives, while 9 of the top 10 appear on Nintendo platforms. Again, Monster Hunter Wild is the only one that isn't on Nintendo platforms, but the rumor is
Thank you so much for playing my game.
it is coming over to Switch too. There you go. That's your numbers for Japan. Entropy says, those are some nice numbers. Let's hope we got some real good candy for the next Direct now. The Ocarina of Time remake rumor is getting more momentum lately. Dude, you heard about that.
I did.
Care to share that story?
Not especially,
Okay.
no, because
That's fine.
it turned out to be not true. Yeah, I was flipping through TikTok and somebody, I know this means nothing, but somebody was just like, Nintendo just dropped a patent for Ocarina of Time remake. It's happening, folks, everyone, and like a celebration and stuff. So I went to GoNintendo because I was going to send the information as newsworthy as it was. I was going to send it to RMC. And I didn't find it when I searched GoNintendo. So
what's this guy doing? He doesn't know how to cover the news.
yeah, so I was like, well, something's fishy if RMC hasn't posted it. So I Googled it, and of course it was not true.
Yes,
So I had to reach out to RMC and tell them anyway.
that one has been floating around for a few months now. It's the same thing that just keeps popping up, and somebody else runs with it, and it gets traction every
I
time.
mean, I
so.
know remakes are the name of the game these days, but, and I'm not just saying this.
Nothing would make me happier than a second remake of a game.
I don't want, we don't need, they're great because of how we remember them. I don't want a remake of Ocarina of Time. You know what I mean? I don't think it would do it any justice. It's already, it ended up top. We don't have to taint it, it was kind of the same with Resident Evil 4. Yeah, people love the remake of that, but we don't need that. Stop doing that. But I don't know. Who am I? Just some guy who's gonna buy the game when it's remade anyway. So.
SD says that Ocarina of Time patent thing was AI, unlike Deux at the Pokemon tournament. That is correct. You are right. Mark says, love Breath of the Wild, but missed real dungeons. Are they back in Tears of the Kingdom? No, the dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom are pretty much like they are in Breath of the Wild. So moving on, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, as I said, has got a free update, or as Deux said, an update at no additional cost. Swing into action as Dixie Kong in both single-player and two-player local co-op, and race through high-speed versions of each level in Turbo Attack. Along with that, players on Switch 2 can enjoy enhanced resolution, higher definition graphics, and quicker load times. Game share support has also been added. So if one player has the game, they can share it locally with someone else who doesn't have it. And I want to point out, for those that don't know, this means Switch and Switch 2. So if you have it on Switch 2, or it's only a Switch game, but if you're playing on Switch 2, you can game share it with someone who has the Switch, and you two can play co-op together. Obviously, Dixie Kong gives you the hair flutter jump. It's not a flutter, but the hair twirl jump. So might be better for those who are not as talented platformers because they get a little bit more grace there to fly through stages. Hello, Zell Dude. Good to see you. So again, a very big surprise that this dropped, but not too surprising because Donkey Kong Bonanza is selling very well, and Nintendo wants to capitalize on the Donkey Kong attention by bringing more attention to another Donkey Kong game you can play on Switch. But now, if you get it, or if you play it on Switch, you get new features. If you play it on Switch 2, you get the same new features along with enhanced resolution and improved load times. Tendona says a 15-year-old Donkey Kong game getting a new playable Kong on a random Tuesday. Now I've seen everything. Now add Lanky Kong to Tropical Freeze, you cowards. That's the craziest part about this, because Donkey Kong Country Returns HD,
But I've seen everything.
came to Switch, but it was a port of Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. So 15 years after the game originally came out, it is still getting new content. That's crazy. And best of all, it's free. It's free.
It's
free.
It's free.
There we go. Here's some surprising news. Kensuke Tanabe, which has been at Nintendo for a very long time. 40 years they've been at Nintendo. And they worked on, name every Nintendo franchise. They've worked on Star Fox, Metroid, Kirby.
Snipper clips.
No. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Probably not. But so they've done it all. And they most recently worked on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And apparently that was their swan song at Nintendo. They are leaving. According to an interview in Nintendo Dream Magazine, Tanabe says this is it for him. He's moving on. After 40 years of working at Nintendo, he's calling it quits. And I think that's quite a...
He's going to his home planet, Zebus, Talon 4.
I think that's quite a lineage of games he's created and lots of amazing properties he helped bring to life, and quite the what's the word I'm looking for? Quite the series of accomplishments. That's not what I want to say, but just surprising that it was randomly brought up in like a Nintendo Dream interview, like with really little pomp and circumstance. But that's very Japanese thing. They don't want to play up the fact that like they're leaving and make a big stink about it, or have anybody else make a big stink about it. So it's just kind of like in the interview, it's like, yeah, and then I'm leaving, and that's it. It's like, oh, what? But so that's a name you've been seeing in Nintendo credits for years and years and years now. I mean, we've seen it all of our lives, and soon you will not see it anymore. He will be gone. King Broly says him wanting his saga finished reads like him saying, please clean up my mess. I hope Nintendo does not oblige him. Yeah, King Broly is the #1 Metroid hater. He would say he's the #1 Metroid fan, but it's King Broly, I love you to death. And I'll leave it at that. King Broly, I love you to death. But Mr. Tanabe, we wish
I don't
you
understand the comment. The comment means that the mess is Metroid Prime 4, I guess.
He's saying he doesn't like what Tanabe's done with Metroid, and like as far as stories goes, and he's leaving them the mess to clean up. So yes, King Broly, I want to stress this. Last time he talked, has a lot of opinions on Metroid Prime 4, but he will not play it. So that gives me all I need to know about his opinions, but you decide.
I was once like you, King Broly, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I've been told. I'm still working on it.
We also went through that, Matty Biss, that's great. We also went through the interview in general because that's a lot of interesting tidbits about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's development, so you can go read that if you want. A lot of like minutia about how the game was made and story decisions and just all that. So I'm just pointing it out because I want you to go read that because I found it to be very interesting. One point I will point out separately is that of the game's ending, and I don't know the game's ending yet because I haven't finished it, but Deux has. And Mr. Tanabe says he made the ending with the expectation that it would be controversial and might not sit well with some people. He said he wanted to leave players hesitant and conflicted up to the very last moment before they press the button to end the game. And he says the way he approached the end of the game was influenced by his own love of movies, because he says, I really love movies that leave a lasting impression that also have a bit of a thorn in your side kind of feeling. And he's like, those are the kind of movies I like, where they stick with me and I think about them and you're not really sure if you like what you saw, but it leaves an impression. And he's like, that means it did something because you're going to keep thinking about it. Whether that's good or bad is for you to decide. But that's where he's coming from for the ending of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And again, I don't know what the ending is yet because I haven't finished it, but I'm sure plenty of you do, and you have your opinions. SD says it was all a dream.
I wasn't crazy about the ending, but only because I personally didn't connect with the characters, and it's like I don't want to say anything else, but like it was. I thought the ending, if I like really connected with the characters and really liked the characters other than Samus, I think the ending would have been very, very powerful for me.
Well,
so I see what he's saying, and I just hope that I know you're enjoying yourself with the characters. So I think you're really going to be.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, you're going to be.
I just want to have an opinion on it. Billy Bob says every time Tanabe tries to defend his baffling decisions, it just makes him look more detached from his audiences. Only thing he captured is my willingness to avoid any future game he's producer of. Well, Billy Bob, I got great news for you.
What's going on here?
It's the internet. It's the internet,
but like
baby.
All because of Metroid Prime 4?
It's the internet. Now listen,
because it was good.
Listen, did Billy Bob play the game? I don't know.
But if you played Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, I don't see why you wouldn't like this.
Because new is bad. That's how it always happens. What you play when you're younger is good. What you watch when you're younger is good. What you read when you're younger is good. When you get older, those things are bad. If they do more of it, it's bad. That's just how it works. I don't make the rules. That's just the rules. Maybe I'll think it's bad after I play the game all the way through. I can tell you where I'm at now. I think it's a lot of fun.
Let's say that some crazy thing happens and you play the game and you finish it and you think it's bad by the end of it. I can't see you going into the comment section and like trashing it, even though you could because you played it at least. You know what I mean? Like you'd at least have some foot to stand on.
I would love to talk about it, but yes, my way to do that would not be. I'm going to go into the comments. I mean, listen,
hey, this guy's been working there for 40 years. Get him out of there. What you did one game that I didn't like?
What have you done for me lately? Yeah, that's it. You're only as good as your last project. That's all that ever matters. So, listen, that's how it is. You could do it's the same. It's kind of the same as like, you know, I'll get comments or emails and everything, and they're like really nice comments or praise about what I've done, and all that's wonderful, and I love it. But you get the one negative comment, and that's the one that you always think about. So somebody could, Maddie Bits, that's great. So that's the one. You know, it's the same thing with games, you know, or movies. You make a whole series of movies or games that are fantastic, and then you put out one that not even bad. You know, let's just say it's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's it. That's your downfall. Then after that, you've gone like you're at the bottom of the ladder, and you have to make something absolutely incredible to maybe have a chance of potentially wooing back some of those people, because some of them, most of them are going to be like, no, you're dead to me forever, because that's the way it is. Darmani, they're talking about the ending of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And again, I have not finished the game, so I don't know. But that's what they're talking about. All right, moving on. Like I said, plenty of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond stuff to learn if you want to go into that story. This is interesting. GameStop sent me a press release about this. GameStop said that they have closed their infinite money glitch that was related to the Switch 2. Apparently, this was brought to light by YouTuber RJC Media. They found that this loophole at GameStop that was basically a real-life infinite money glitch. By purchasing a Switch 2 for $414.99 and then immediately trading it back in along with the purchase of a pre-owned game, a promotional bonus was triggered and increased the Switch 2 trade credit to $472. So that means basically you would get more money back than you spent to get the thing, thus creating an infinite money glitch. And obviously, when this was brought to light, people started to do it and they were getting money. And GameStop eventually found out about it. And now they've shut it down. They said the glitch is fixed. Trade promotions have been updated to ensure customers can no longer convert basic arithmetic into an endless revenue stream, and balance has been restored. GameStop remains committed to offering promotions that reward our customers, and while they applaud the creativity, the retailer gently reminds everyone that their stores are not designed to function as infinite money printers. So it seems like there will be no legal repercussions for what happened because it was GameStop's fault, but it is now over. So if you made your money, good for you. You got in and you got out, but it's over. Joe Shabadoo says, cowards. Money is already fake enough as it is. Power to the players? I think not. That's right. They took the power away.
That's right. Eat those eyes. Now that's a remake we need.
Dylan Cuthbert is doing... No. Nope, that's not his name.
Decuth.
Dylan Cuthbert, somebody else. I can see him. What's the Eternal Darkness guy? Dennis
Leary.
Dyack? That sounds right.
Yeah.
Dennis Dyack. He's making some new game that they just put a trailer out for, and the trailer looks very, very, very.
Is it for Nintendo? Is it Nintendo?
They haven't said any platforms yet. Just, I don't know.
Does he have what company does he? It's Silicon Knights or
they're dead.
That was what it was.
Dead. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know what his company is now. I don't remember. Josh, do you hear that? Because I hear it.
Sure, whatever. NPD is out, and Circana is in.
That's right, my friend. Circana is in with the December 2025 and full year 2025 sales for games. You two do not look. We are playing again. Mom Brain, go to the music. Mom Brain, go to the music.
I'm going to the music.
Sanjay to the entrance with Windex.
I started with Mom Brain, so I'll start with you. All right. Again, this is December 2025. Top 10 or top 20 games. Physical sales only when it comes to Nintendo, but other games have digital included. All systems. United States only.
Ghosts of Yote.
Number 10, yes. Mom Brain.
Mario Kart.
Well, the game is over. Do you won?
Hey!
Mario Kart doesn't count because it's bundled in. Remember, we talk about this every month. Since June, we've done this.
Gardock.
Mario Kart in the States does not count as units sold because it's bundled in with the Switch 2. Well, that ends that. Your top 20, starting with number 20, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Kirby Air Riders, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yes. I feel quite hungry.
Flight Simulator 2024, Rat Hat Redemption 2, Forza Horizon 5, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I want to point out last month that was 13, and this month it is 13. It holds steady. Held steady. Grand Theft Auto 5, EA Sports College Football 26.
Yay.
That's great. Ghost of Yote at 10. Donkey Kong Bonanza at 9. It was 14 last month and went up to 9. 9. Minecraft at 8.
9.
Metroid Prime 4 debuts at 7. Pokemon Legends ZA at 6. EA Sports FC 26 at 5. Man NFL 26 at 4.
Punch out heavy.
Yep. Battlefield 6 at 3. NBA 2K at 2. And your number 1, no surprise, Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Is that new? A 7?
That's the newest one.
My goodness.
It is the newest one, and it was also one last month as well.
There's a lot of these Black Ops.
Now, this is where I like to... I don't want to toot my own horn, but I like to say this, guys. When I tell you stuff, it's because A, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. B, I make a point to really go through the facts and really look at the data and try and give you the most accurate information I possibly can based off of those facts. C, this is why I do that. You may remember that last month or 2 months ago, November, we saw the PS5 outsell the Switch 2. And there was a young RMC back then who said, yeah, that makes total sense because the Switch 2 at most had a $50 price cut late in the game. And PS5 you could get for, at some places, upwards of $200 off with a bundled game as well. I was like, that's a Black Friday deal. I was like, that's insanely hard to beat, and you'd be crazy to not pick that up. And everybody was like, or not everybody, there were people who were saying, doom and gloom. Here we go. Switch 2's dead. Sales are slowing down. It's not selling well. And then the wave of those articles came out, and then Nintendo's stock lost. I forget how much it was, but like it lost like 5 months of its value basically. And then there was an article that was like, investors are spooked because Switch 2 is not selling as intended. And I was like, what is going on here? We didn't even get any numbers from last month. We just know PS5 beat Switch 2, which makes total sense. You have a $450, $500 system versus a $300 system or a $250 system with a game bundled in and a library of 5 years worth of games. I was like, this is insanity. And then, as I said before, the game business put out a report about, we just did this. Game business put out a report about how Switch 2 sales are slowing and blah, 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 all this other stuff. And I said, remember, this is from Chris Dring, the same guy who put out a report 2 weeks after the Switch 2 came out saying third-party sales weren't going well. And I was like, it's 2 weeks after the system came out. And again, last time we talked about this, I said, remember. Matty Piss was like, I just want to make this clear. Chris String's numbers or whatever are not coming from Circana because we don't have the numbers yet, and we don't even have the preliminary numbers. I remember saying this to you guys because Matt was like, we don't have the numbers. This isn't coming from us. He's like, we don't have December's numbers. We don't know what's going on here.
He sounds like a real dringling.
So now we have the December data for the United States. December hardware spending increased 6% compared to a year ago. It did $1.2 billion. Matty Piss specifically said the holiday season hit much later than usual this year in terms of when people were buying stuff. So this year, people held off longer to do their holiday shopping when it came to video games.
No, that was just Santa. You said Santa buys all that electronics wholesale.
Well, yeah, Santa didn't get the letters from people until then, so they came in late. Unit sales in the month fell 8% versus December 2024. Average sales price increased by 18%. Annual spend, blah, 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 whatever. Switch 2 led the hardware market in both units sold and dollars made for December 2025 and 2025 in general. PlayStation 5 placed second across both measures and time periods. Switch 2 sold in 2025 in the United States 4.4 million units, nearly double what the original Switch sold when launched aligned. Mr. Piss made a point to say this. Switch 2 remains the fastest selling video game console hardware platform in tracked history. Pointed out the GBA is the fastest hardware platform overall. That's a portable. This is after 7 months. And he said this as well. Unit sales of Switch 2 are 35% ahead of PS4's sales pace after 7 months in the market. PS4 is the previous record holder. 35% ahead. 4.4 million units sold in the US for the 7 months. Matty Piss. Now, this shows you how good Matty Piss is with his predictions. Matty Piss said for 2025, he published this a while ago, but brought it back up. Their predictions, Circana's predictions for the Switch 2 sales in the United States for 2025 were 4.3 million units. Nintendo ended up selling 4.4 million units. So Matty Piss was only off by 100K. Shows you how much Matty Piss knows this market, because call me crazy. It's his job, and he's been doing it his entire life. So he knows market trends and can make predictions and all that stuff. And whatever he was basing his information on or his prediction on seemed to be pretty damn accurate because he missed by 100K, and that's it.
You'd say Matty Piss has good aim?
That's right. Matty Piss has excellent aim. So there you go, guys. 4.4 million sold. 35% of the record-setting PS4 did this in 7 months. The still the fastest-selling video game console hardware platform in tracked history. There you go. So it's crazy that the negativity, the doom and gloom, the articles that are not based on fact, and the dubious articles that are pulling numbers from who knows where
Highly
lead
dubious.
to Nintendo losing stock value by an insane amount and spooking investors. Because as I always say, most people invested in companies have no idea what the company does or how that market actually works. I say that all the time. And this isn't me being like, take that, Nintendo stock is up. Me personally, I don't give a crap about Nintendo stock. What I give a crap about is people making stuff up and making articles and putting things together that are based on non-facts and made up information. It's embarrassing, and it would be embarrassing in any market. But somehow that's the drain we keep circling. But here you go. There's all your stats. So Switch 2, 4.4 million sold. I don't know what else to tell you. Your top 10 Switch 2 games for the month. Let's try this again. Give me.
Okay. Yep.
We're just talking about Switch and Switch 2 games in the United States for December. So only games you will find on Switch and Switch 2. We start with you again?
Sure.
Ice Dilbert, I like that.
Let's go with
It shows how much my brain doesn't pay attention during the show.
yeah. But I've been doing podcast related business up until just this moment for the most part.
PCB.
That's right.
PCRB.
Don't you look at that chat. They're trying to give you answers.
Let's go with a Pokemon.
Pokemon Legend ZA is number 1. That is
Dang,
correct.
that's a good
Do
one.
we turn it over to you?
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Donkey Kong Bonanza is number 3. Mom Brain, we go back to you.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, that's a big no.
Oh.
So, Do, if you can get this, you win. Do is pointing and snapping at me. He's got something.
Yeah,
on the
sorry
tip
if
of his
this is
tongue.
rude.
No,
but
no, no.
there's,
I
The
just-
right answer
for
is
the-
pulling into the station.
For the listeners.
the Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom and Mom Brain, it is back to you.
Oh, wasn't there an update for Switch 2 for that?
There was. Mom Brain gets a reprieve.
Harry Potter.
She didn't want Harry Potter. We're just pulling things out of
But
our
that's
ass
on
now.
all systems.
Yes, but it could still be in the top 10 for Switch.
Oh, okay.
So no, Do for the win. Back to you.
Okay, this is what I should have said. Is it not Cadence of Hyrule? The Hyrule Warriors, right?
Is that your answer?
The latest. That's the one that's.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is
Thank
what
you.
you're trying to think of.
Thank you.
And it comes in at number 10.
Really?
Just squeaked it out. Dude takes the win legitimately. There you go. There's a real win. Yes, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment debuted at 3, and now it's at 10, followed by Minecraft, which I'm surprised you didn't say, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Mario Kart 8, still selling, which is crazy. Super Mario Party Jamboree at 6, Galaxy and Galaxy 2 at 5, Kirby Air Riders at 4, Bonanza at 3, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond at 2, and then Legend ZA at 1. There you go. First comment, Link Triforce. Nice. Me look. Yeah. Good to see Switch 2 back on track. I was worried with the November numbers, but it seems like it was Sony's aggressive Black Friday sales that put PS5 over the top. Also great to see both Prime 4 and Bonanza in the top 10, and the former is number 2, just below Pokemon on the Switch chart. Hopefully, it'll be the best-selling Prime game, at least since the original. Well, my friend, I will be tracking that. And remember, in February, Nintendo does their next fiscal results, and we will get a much better idea of how much Prime 4 Beyond has sold. So we will know then, my friend, an official number from Nintendo. There you go. All right. We did that.
Here we go.
Perfect timing on that because we got a story about Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Nintendo Switch 2 edition meetup in Bella Bell Park. which is a very long name. This is the enhanced, updated, new content version of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. This comes to the Switch 2. We've got a date, March 26th, 2026. And we also got an idea of the new content. Hello, Cumulative. We got a breakdown of the new content in this game. So we got a little bit when Nintendo first announced this, but now we got all the deets. Gather friends and family and visit Bell Park, a new area of the Flower Kingdom that features 2 large plazas filled with attractions. Team up or face off in challenges like Fast Cash, Tip Tap's Coin Spree, or Knock 'em Back Bubble Blaster. Local multiplayer plaza features 17 different types of attractions, which you can play with up to 3 friends on one system. So there's some local multiplayer fun for you to have. Up to 12 friends can compete against one another in Game Room Plaza's 6 additional attractions. This is locally or online. Toad Brigade Training Camp in Bell Park. You can also put your skills to the test across a wide variety of challenges set in courses from Super Mario Brothers Wonder. As you progress through the main game, you will have access to even more training courses from across the Flower Kingdom. Complete the trainings on your own or try clearing the objectives with up to 3 other friends to rise through the rankings of the Toad Brigade and aim to become an elite explorer. There's also assist mode. Turn this on while playing. You have the opportunity to recover quickly from unexpected falls into pits without losing a life or avoid taking damage no matter which character you play as. No pressure, all play. So there you go. If you have somebody who wants to play but they're not very good, you can turn this on for them and they can live it up. This new edition of the game brings none other than Rosalina, or as we call her here, Brie Larson.
Mommy Rose.
Mommy Rose, as we call her here. Brie Larson as Mommy Rose, and she's not alone. Co-star Luma is also along for the ride as an assist character, available when at least 2 people are playing together. Luma won't take damage, but can help out players by spinning to defeat enemies and gather coins and courses. You can even control Luma using the Switch 2 mouse controls.
I love a good
Pretty
Luma.
cool.
I
Pretty
love
cool.
the Luma.
While Rosalina and Luma are welcome guests. I'm sorry. While Mama Rose and Luma are welcome guests.
Mama Lena.
You may feel differently about the Koopalings, who of course arrive to add a bit of chaos. After treasure hidden inside Bell Park is stolen by the 7 Koopalings, they all flee to various worlds across the Flower Kingdom. Keep an eye out, because if you stumble upon one, you'll now have to enter their course and engage in battle with them. Them goddamn Koopa kids, they're back. These new features and more are available when the game launches on March 26th. If you already own Wonder and now you have a Switch 2, you can access the new content by purchasing the upgrade pack. And I don't remember how much that is. $5? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Gecko Kitsune says, let me bring it up for you here. Gecko Kitsune says,
the game is fun.
And I love Rosalina, but I don't know if it's worth it to buy it again just to play through as her. I sold my original after 100%ing it so I could buy new games, and most thought most thought there wouldn't be any DLC. But on the other hand,
the game is fun.
So I'll make a decision closer to release. Well, Gecko Kitsune, keep us updated. Yeah, I mean, the Captain Toad stuff interests me. Other than that, what I like that Mama Rose is going to be in there, Mama Lena is going to be in there, but I don't know. But yeah, it's coming out right around when the movie comes out, so it's perfect timing.
Oh, I see. Pretty clever.
And I've heard rumors about other Mario stuff. I'm not going to get into it. I don't trust them, but they're exciting if true. And as I said, the Talking Flower toy is coming March 12th. It's available for pre-order now. On the My Nintendo store. It will also be sold at Nintendo San Francisco and Nintendo New York and at other retailers later. $35. Soon you'll be able to bring the loquacious Blossom home in real life. Leave the Talking Flower to speak freely or press the button to make it talk immediately. Press the button often and it might even say something special. Thank you for pressing my button. You can also set a wake-up time for your chatty friend to greet you or a bedtime reminder, and it will make sure you know it's time to tuck in. It will also pay attention to the time of day and the temperature.
Wow.
And won't be shy about letting you know the details. I like that. I like the weather thing. I like it. Joe Shabadoo says, I think they're too afraid to refer to this thing as anything other than talking flower because it's actually an immortal vessel imprisoning the soul of Charles Martinet. The Charles who walks among us is an imposter. Well, you know, if there's going to be any, listen,
That's
I wasn't
why they
one
made
for
him an ambassador.
yeah, I wasn't one for Conformity Gate with Stranger Things, but I'll get down on Martinet Gate when it comes to talking flower. So we're gonna skip
So
down.
when is Sega gonna put out their Seaman talking
TKO.
head so that
Ooh.
twice an hour it's
Talking
like
tank.
Leonard Nimoy is dead, so they can't.
oh no, if only he had done the James Earl Jones and signed his voice away to AI,
Yeah.
we could have Seaman in our homes right
Yeah.
now.
TKO.
We could have Seaman in our homes
Give
right
me
now.
more semen in my home. TKO, it's nice to have you here live. I appreciate you joining. As I said, Super Mario Galaxy Movie Direct is taking place tomorrow, January 25th at 9 a.m. New Jersey time, 9. No game information will be discussed during this. They made it very clear. So it's just about the movie. And I mean, what more do you need to know? So,
movie?
am I excited to wake up tomorrow at 9 to cover this thing? Not even in the slightest.
Am I excited to wake up tomorrow morning at 9 to shovel? Not in the slightest.
Even the slightest.
We might not even have power.
Mimi wants that,
I
bro.
don't know, I just looked and it's now saying 6 to 10.
That's good. That's less.
And I'm 6 to midnight. Let's
I
see.
mean, I'm on Noah.
My updated total says, what the fart? What the fart? 15 to 18. Who's going to be right? Who's going to be right?
I don't like it.
Okay, let's go to this. We have some Final Fantasy news.
Oh, I hope it's regarding the song Bow Wow Wow Bow Wow Wow.
So Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade has finally released on the Switch 2. It came out just a few days ago. Digital Foundry put it through its paces and has said, mwah, excellent port. Very impressive. They said it's somewhere in between the PS4 and the PS5 version. There are multiple areas where it is better than the PS4 version, visually speaking, and some areas where it aligns with the PS4 version. But overall, a very excellent port. And they said frame rate remains steady at 30 frames per second. Blah, 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 blah. All purposes, all intents and purposes, it seems like a stellar version of a game to play that has been exclusive to PlayStation and PC ever since it first came out. So now you can get it on Switch 2 and Xbox if you want. But we're talking Switch 2 here. So go out and get it. But as Square Enix has already said...
Esquiffies?
Rebirth, which is the second in the remake trilogy, is coming to Switch 2 as well. And Part 3, the as unnamed
Reunion.
as of right now,
It's going to be
unnamed
Reunion.
Part 3 is also coming to Switch 2. They have confirmed that they have settled on a subtitle, but they did not say what it is yet. So your
wonder.
money's on Reunion.
I mean, it's got to be a
It'll be something, yeah.
reintegrate.
Imagine.
Remission.
Cola.
It's going to be Reunion. It has to be.
Okay. And they wanted Nintendo fans to know that Rebirth and Part 3 for Switch 2 are being worked on right now. And don't worry, they're going to have the same content. Son of a butthole. How does this happen? Yeah, being worked on right now. I want to. This comes from the games director. He says, "I want to assure fans who want to play these games on Switch 2. I've got a personal policy where I don't want to make any versions of my games different or offer a different gameplay experience just because they're on different hardware. That might get confusing for players, and they might wonder which version of the game they should buy. That's something I'd very much like to avoid. These Switch 2 versions are being developed in a way that keeps the gameplay experience pretty much exactly the same as the other platforms. So I hope this reassures Switch 2 players." So he's like, listen, what you get on other systems, you're going to get on the Switch 2 version. Don't worry. Now, when it comes to Rebirth, we know what that is because Rebirth is available. But when it comes to Part 3, we don't know. But all that matters is it's going to be the same. Yes, Darmani, 9 is early for me because I go to bed at between 6, 7. I go to bed at like 6 or 7 in the morning. So doing that and then getting up at 9 sucks. And I'm going to go right back to bed. So there you go. Don't worry about those games not being up to snuff. And we've seen with Remake Intergrade that at least when it comes to that game, they're good for their word. So it seems they will apply the same approach to the next two. Autumnal Blake says that's good, although it means we're unlikely to get anything like mouse mode features or a mode where Cloud is only wearing underwear throughout the game, which is a shame. That's what the people really want. Yeah, play it on PC and then you could have everybody running around in their underwear. Rumor alert.
Whoop, whoop.
Fable. Dude, you were a fan of Fable back in the day.
Yeah, I liked Fable a lot. You didn't?
Mm-hmm. I did. I liked Fable a lot. I played the first and the second one, and that's where I stopped. But I heard the third wasn't so great, and I believe I bought it, but I never got around to playing it.
The third got a lot of flack. I liked 3 as well. I think 2 was probably my favorite.
Well, it's been a long time since we've seen a mainline Fable game, but they are working on a new one that's coming out this year, fall 2026. It's called Fable.
Okay.
And it's coming to Xbox, Series X and S, PC, and PlayStation 5. No Switch 2, unfortunately. And people are like, why no Switch 2? Well, hold your breath there. Windows Central insider Jez Corden, who we've talked about before and has a very good track record with rumors, said Fable, the 2026 version, quote, isn't 100% definite, end quote, for Switch 2, but it is, quote, under consideration for the future, end quote. Why is it only being considered? Mr. Corden says this is simply a fact of logistics. The team logistically does not have the manpower or the time to handle a Switch 2 port right now. They are focusing on getting the other version out. So when they have more time logistically, they will look into if a port is feasible, if they have the team that they need to get it done, and if it makes sense for them to bring it over. So do not give up hope. And Fable seems like it would be a very good fit for Nintendo fans and the Switch 2 audience. So hopefully that comes to be. Again, this is just a rumor right now, but from a source who is known to be in the know. So we'll find out. Darmani says Final Fantasy VII Part 3 will be called Renovation. So yeah, fingers, toes crossed for Fable. We'll see what happens.
Now, you've seen that footage of the new Fable?
I didn't watch the whole new presentation that they just did this week, but I saw snippets of it, yeah.
You interested? You gonna play that when it comes out? Is that the cat
on her box?
I'll go check.
Yeah, I'll play it. I liked Fable enough. I really did enjoy Fable. So, and regardless of how people feel about some of the things that they're doing with this one, I appreciate that they're willing to like try some new things. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I like that they're going to try some new things. They've been very open that they're taking like, the Fable games all had humor in them. They were attempted humor, had funny elements to them, and they're doing that again with Fable, this one, and it looks like the humor is going to take like a front seat to some other stuff too. Like they're getting some heavy hitters, especially British heavy hitters when it comes to comedians and actors that they're having in the game, and their like cutscenes are being handled from like a office perspective, where like some characters will turn to virtual camera to like emphasize a joke or something like that. So it's very different for a game, and I'm not against it and I'm not for it. I need to see it happen before I decide if I like it or not. What's up? So we shall see. But yeah, I'm down. Are you down?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've wanted a new, like a traditional new Fable for a long time. I'd never played any of the spin-offs after 3. Like,
yeah, there was
some
like
strange things.
There's a spin-off and a Connect spin-off, and yeah, they lost their way after that. But it's been a long time.
I saw the footage of this and I was a little taken aback because I thought one of the things about Fable seemed to be it's like stylized, cartoonish type graphics.
Not anymore. But that's for kids, for babies. We don't do that. It needs to be real people and look real.
So I was kind of a little bummed about that, but I do think it looks nice in whatever style they're going for. And I'm a recovering graphics whore anyway, so like I think it looks pretty good.
It is not my cup of tea visually. I find it to be extremely boring because it's just like real life. I like the color palette. I do like that, and I think there are some art. Some like design or like building set pieces that are interesting visually, but overall, yeah, it doesn't do it for me. But I don't care about that. Just something I'm pointing out. I'm
interested to see how in depth the relationship system goes, because apparently you can talk to and start a relationship with any NPC, and they all have like different personalities. So I'd like to see, I'm wary when developers say
Yeah.
that because you can only go so far on this. But
I know
we'll see.
people were also upset that your character doesn't look more good or evil based on the decisions you make. Like
Oh,
in the old game,
bummer.
you used to get horns and everything. But I thought they explained it really well. They said the old fables. What's going on? Something's happening.
I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't hear that either.
The old fables had a system that was like, if you do this, it is bad, and if you do this, this is good. And they said in the new one, they're not taking that approach, which is why they're not doing the you start to look bad or good. They're taking the approach of you will do things, and some people will think it's bad, and some people will think it's good. So it's like, if you have a lot of money or whatever in the game, somebody would be, and they'll be like, capitalism good or whatever, and other people will be like, yeah, you got all the money in the world and you ain't doing anything good with it. So they were like, we're playing more in the morally gray area where whatever you do may be viewed poorly by someone or may be lauded by somebody else. So I was like, oh, I like that approach. I appreciate that.
That's stuff I'm interested in.
And they said there's over 1,000 NPCs and every one of them is their own
yeah,
character. So
Yeah,
they're all going to
that's-
react differently to you.
that kind of stuff seems interesting to me. I mean, that for me, truly for a long time has been like, what I would say the next, if you're going to say next generation, which I know you don't like saying that, but like if you're going to make a next gen game, we've perfected the graphics, we perfected all this other stuff.
No,
like now
more.
we need to like get these characters, these worlds to be as, if that's what you're going for, as real as
Yeah.
possible. And that seems interesting. So I like, I agree with you wholeheartedly where you said, you agree with the changes or you're interested in them.
Yeah, I felt that where there are changes, they explained it very well, and I don't know if it's going to play out well, but what they said and their approach, I'm like, I understand that, and I'm like, I applaud them for trying something new. So I will play the game and make my decision then. It's not so good where I'm like, I'm pumped for this, or so bad where I'm like, this game sucks. It's like, okay, I understand your approach. You explained it well. Now let's see if it pans out. So yeah. I liked Fable games. I really did. I felt they were like Microsoft's kind of take on Zelda games as far as like gameplay went, as far as combat and dungeons went. I really liked that. So we'll see. I'll be there day and date on some system, probably Xbox, but I'm going to play it. Yeah. Hawk says, after seeing Halo go to PS5, nothing Microsoft could do would surprise me. That's true in this day and age. That is very true.
Fumble of the century, that.
Yeah. We also have news of another longtime Nintendo employee leaving the company.
Konno!
After 40 years, that's right, Hideki Konno is leaving Nintendo. Another employee that's had their hand in pretty much all Nintendo's major franchises over the years. More recently, they've been doing mobile stuff for Nintendo, but they were big with the 3DS. They did Street Pass and Spot Pass for the 3DS. They also had a big hand in developing what the hardware actually did, but they've worked on a whole bunch of games over the years too. They've done it all for Nintendo.
Let me get this right, because these comments, everyone's glazing this man in the comments section. So we've got a guy in the earlier story who worked for 40 years on some of the biggest Nintendo franchises, and we're going to crap on him and kick him on his way out. And then this guy's doing mobile games, and we're going to be like, he's the greatest thing to ever retire from Nintendo.
Well, they don't even consider mobile games. It's like mobile games aren't even something they think about. They plug their ears and close their eyes and pretend they don't happen. So it doesn't. Plus, there's no mobile game that people are playing that are like, this is the worst thing ever. I know people really don't like Fire Emblem Shadows, but hardly anyone is playing it and nobody's really talking about it. So it's like it doesn't even exist to them. And we don't know if he was involved with it or not. But more likely people would be like, Konno, one of the best they got, and they relegate this guy to mobile garbage, so it wouldn't be his fault. It'd be like, they stuck this guy over here.
Still something to complain about.
Goodbye, SD. So yeah, another one leaving. It's been confirmed through his personal Facebook page. And here's the real surprise. He left back in July, so he's been gone for a long time and just announced it now. But
Shadow dropped.
He gone. That's right. So again, big part of Nintendo, been there a very long time. We're about at the time in people's lives where we're going to see like the big shift in Nintendo as far as like the developers that were there leaving after 40, 50 years. So
doom and gloom, baby.
That's why, 10 years ago, Nintendo was adamant about Nintendo's developers were adamant about bringing in the new guys and teaching them and letting them do things because they're like, we're not going to be here forever. And they got to jump on it a long time ago to make for a smoother transition when stuff like this happens. So we'll see. But he's gone. Goodbye, Mr. Konno. We thank you for your work. Sticer says, wow, a living legend. His impact on Nintendo and the games industry will be remembered for years to come. I mean, definitely. He did a lot for Nintendo without a doubt. And he is one of the names people know. Between Konno and Tanabe, more people know Konno without a doubt. So we wish him well in his future endeavors and hope he gets to actually relax and take it easy. Mom brain. Ooh, mommy.
Umami? Things getting spicy?
It's time for my releases, my umami releases, my savory umami releases. Start up the train. We got to go. Thank you. You ready now? There we go. Umami. It's RMC's savory releases of January 22nd, 2026, the year of our Lord. What do we get this week? Let me tell you. First, let us start, as we always do, with Switch 2. On Switch 2, you can get Citadellum. Citadellum has been completely made in direct response to what the Switch 2 can do. So it takes advantage of all the hardware features. You get mouse controls, a whole bunch of stuff. So if that's your kind of game, City Builder or whatever, Citadellum is there. Dynasty Warriors Origins alongside the DLC is also available on Switch 2. And I've heard that is a very fantastic port as well. So another great job on a port, this time from Koei Tecmo. If you're a Dynasty Warriors fan and you want some DLC, a brand new experience that launched day and date with every other version of the game, there's that too. So check that out. Obviously, the whopper this week is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Finally available outside of the PlayStation ecosystem. They even had the director show up at Nintendo New York to do autograph signing and take pictures. That's available on Switch 2. Isekai Rondo is available in a Switch 2 edition. Isekai, for those who don't know at the table, for those who aren't weebs, is when you take someone from the modern day and they get transported to a whole new world and they make a life there. That's a whole genre of anime or manga.
I might like to be transported.
There's plenty of isekai.
You know, I had a dream last night. Well, I'll save it for later.
Okay. I took a sip because I thought you were going to tell the dream. Sail Forth Switch 2 edition is also available. And then finally, They Are Billions is available specifically for Switch 2. Over on... That's it for me. Wow.
Oh, I thought we're done.
No. I only did Switch 2. All aboard. Switch. What do we got? 21 Family Games Mega Collection. We also got Astro Duel Deluxe and Astro Duel 2. Cats Around Us. Giant Cat. Cats Visiting Cozy Town. Century of Anticipation. Cute Finders. Dinosaur Bones Digging Simulator 2026. Dusk Index Geon.
Wow.
Dustland Delivery. Here's a lovely place. Ebola Village. Eden of Creation. That's EDEN. The PC 8801 version of Courageous Perseus. Escape from Ever After, which I hear is very much like Paper Mario, if you like that. Exit of Truth 40 Masterpiece Quiz. Forgive Me Father 2. Free Ride. Funny Cats Puzzle. Gradiently 2. Guts and Grunts Jr. Heroes Battle Awakening. High Cars 3. Horror Tale Remaster. Jigsaw Realms Nature. Last Battalion Defense. Legacy of Schnoss Horror Room Escape. Schnaus.
Yes, of course.
Look Mum, No Computer. Uh-oh, what is this popping up? Magic Book Auto Battler. Made of Salvation. That's MAID. Make It. Kushikatsu. That's a type of food. Minesweeper Classic. Nightfall Village. Orwell, Ignorance is Strength, and Orwell, Keeping an Eye on You. You can get both games in a bundle. Now's a great time for those games to be releasing. Pin Test Party Psychology. Quick Whiskers. Ship Simulator Ocean Fishing. Sun Meadow. Superstar Shooter Classic. The Cute Whale. That sounds lovely. The Last Train, Bakedano. Toho Blossom Blade, Tropicalia, Truck and Camping Collection, and then finally Yellow Pip's Wild West Apocalyptic. Sorry. Nico Darunia says, most likely Engineer Armstead's train isn't carrying any French umami releases this week. Let's see if Nikki has brought us some sweet French release. Well, Nikki didn't. Which
What
one
are
do you
the
want us to
next
do this
European
week?
masterpieces? Let's find out
I'll do
with
it.
Nikki's
Okay, you got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Releases.
I'm going to go pee.
All right, time for the Switch and Switch 2 European eShop releases for the week of January 22nd, the year of our Lord, 2026. This is Do Michaels filling in for the incomparable Nikki Hill. Nikki, we speak your name.
We speak your name.
So for Switch 2, we've got Citadellum, Dynasty Warriors Origins, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, Isekai Rondo, Switch 2 edition, MIO Memories in Orbit, Pool Room Billiard, Storm Lancers, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. They Are Billions. And for Switch, we have Air, Artifact Seeker, Bookshop Simulator, Cats Around Us, Giant Cat, Cats Visiting Cozy Town. Cats Visiting Cozy Town sounds interesting. Why are they just visiting? If it's Cozy Town, wouldn't they live there?
Because cats come and go as they please. You know?
You got me there.
They're judging Cozy Town. They may eventually live there.
They're going to see. City Bus Simulator, Crazy Stars Rhythm Party, Critical Strike Modern, SWAT Shooter Ops, Cute Finders, Dinosaur Bones Digging Simulator 2026, Dustland Delivery, Egg Console, Courageous Perseus PC 8801, Exit of Truth 40 Masterpiece Quiz, Fly High Collection, Forgive Me Father 2, Free Ride, Funny Cats Puzzle, Gas Ratio, Hex Stream Void, Hextream, like Extreme and Hex, Hextream Void, High Cars 3, Horror Tale Remaster, Incubus Heart, Demon Love Redemption, Last Battalion Defense, Look Mum No Computer, Magical Magic World,
You look ridiculous.
Magic Book Auto Battler, Magic Book Auto Battler, Make It Kushikatsu, Mighty Arms, Milo's Dream, Milo and the Cake of Happiness, Mindbreaker Simulator 2026, Mini Golf Quest, MIO Memories in Orbit, Monster Truck Attack Collection, Nightfall Village, Night Strike Resistance WW2, Only Up Parkour Game, Orwell Ignorance is Strength, Orwell Keeping an Eye on You, Pin Test Party Psychology, Skinwalker, Street Combat Fighting. Back in my day, that was called Urban Champion. Sun Meadow, Super Chip Flake U, Superstar Shooter Classic, The Cute Whale, The Lab Escape Room, The Last Train Baquendano, The Lost Block, There's No Differences Cake, Tauhao, Blossom Blade, Two Hands Hospital Assistant Simulator, Voxel Panic, Wall of Insanity 2, and Yellow Pips.
Comment?
There is. Autumnal Blake says, nothing new for me this week. I'm finishing Metroid and just started playing Escape Academy with my partner. I've already played FF7 Intergrade on the PC, but I'll definitely be playing parts 2 and 3 when they come to the Switch 2. I checked out the demo just to see how it looks, and I'm extremely impressed. Well, congratulations to Tom Blake on finally getting around to the original Metroid. It says you're finishing Metroid this week, so
Wow, a
That's
genuine congratulations. Although as a joke.
it was as a joke because I know they're probably talking about the newest
Yes.
Metroid. But
Yes.
I'm hilarious.
You made me laugh. Thank you, Do. We speak your name, Nikki. We speak your name, Do. All right, I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. It's what we played. Do. You go.
Oh, ooh, I played some Animal Crossing Old Horizons and it's New Horizons because we've got a free update for
Mhm.
Switch owners. So they made a few improvements that I do like. In most cases, when you're like making things at the workbench, you can pull resources from your inventory without having to go back to your house or anything like that. So that's very helpful. What wasn't updated was when you go to somebody like Deer Leaf and try to buy some shrubs, he only sells them in 1s or 5s, and you can't do like give me 20 or something like that.
Mhm.
So they improved some things, other things they kind of left the same. They also added off of the dock where that frog takes you on the boat. Off of that dock, they built like a hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that was happening. I kind of would have liked the option to like place it somewhere on the island. I know the islands are crowded as they are, but I just I don't know. It's just there, and
Yeah.
now it's kind of screwed up my scuba diving game. But whatever, it's all good. It's all good. There's plenty around the island.
Development, right?
Yeah. So yeah, and I haven't started any of the stuff in the hotel. I've talked to them, and Tom Nook really talked me up to the hotel manager. So now they want me to work for them. I mean, holy cow! Nobody else on this island does the thing. I do it all. But anyways, but
This
yes,
island would go to hell without me.
Yeah. So I haven't started doing that kind of stuff yet, but it's cool that it's there, and it's cool that it was available, and it just kind of happened. And like I said, there's been a few things quality of life wise which have been really cool. So congratulations to Animal Crossing, and it's and I mean that, I actually mean it. But yeah, so that's really cool. And then and there's a bigger inventory now. You could right now, the previous game it was 5,000 at your home's like storage, and now you can upgrade it 2 more times. So yeah, it cost a pretty penny. It was like in the millions.
Like everything else on that island.
Yeah, but luckily I've been doing nothing but amassing bells and putting them in the bank. So I had
Bell bank.
no problem paying Tom Nook his blood money. And I
Get
got
this asshole out of here.
now I don't have any
Oh, sorry.
it's okay. Now I don't have any worries, because my one worry was because I was just storing everything, and I was buying every new piece of clothing that I didn't have and throwing it in there, and like very rarely would I go in and sort the stuff out. So now I don't really have to worry, and I can just keep accumulating junk. And then we played some Fortnite. Fortnite's good. We haven't checked out the Office characters yet. I guess they were released
I
yesterday.
saw them
or
only because
something.
I played with family. But
Oh,
yes.
cool.
Are we playing tonight? Do you want to play? I mean, I would like to.
Yeah, I would like to
I'm going to harass the Discord now.
harass them. Yeah. Fortnite's getting fun again. I had like a week where I was kind of not enjoying it. They took out the shockwave grenades, and I was having terrible luck finding wingsuits, which is kind of a way to travel across the map. And without the shockwave grenades, I was getting my booty kicked just because I couldn't escape from anybody. So yeah, you know, I don't know, something evened out about the gameplay, or maybe I was just having a bad week because we've been having some fun in Fortnite
The
whenever
game
we
Having
play.
some fun.
Is fun.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite's fun. Like, Fortnite's definitely fun. We say this every week, but it's really the people that we play with that make it fun. So I enjoy doing all of that. I am a big. I play a lot better when we're not talking about the game at all. Like I can't
Really think, well, minus Brian, I really think we all do.
I am like the worst teammate. I'm not communicative at all. I will never tell anybody like where bad guys are. So I will sometimes, but like I'm never telling you like what I'm hitting them for or any of that stuff. I mean, usually I'm not hitting them at all, so there's nothing to say, but yeah, I can't anything competition related. I just can't do it. So when we talk about, the Wendy's Frosties flavors or
That's what got us that victory that one
yeah,
night.
or whatever, usually it's some sort of snack or some kind of specialty flavor of something, and then before you know it, it's like, wait, we won the game. We were just
happened many times where we're talking about a TV show or something, and we kill the last person, and we get the victory royale, and we're like, oh, they were the last one.
So, but yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Fortnite's a lot of fun. I like one thing I do really like are the reboot vans that you can drive. I think that was an excellent addition, and it really adds itself to the way we play the game because we are just the kings of rebooting. We will run away and keep rebooting, and then before you know it, we're the team at the end that you have to fight again, and then
other people have to be like, did we kill all these people at least 3 times so far?
It really is satisfying. Usually I'm the one that is like seeing the same guy that killed me again, and I'm like, I know that person's gonna gun for me extra because they killed me already and they want to keep me dead, but they don't know what kind of team I have.
That's right.
So Fortnite is Fortnite, and then we played some Pico Park 2, and we finished it.
Hey, through the power of friendship.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that game was a lot of fun. I mean, again, it's a kind of a simple game, and I don't mean simple as in it wasn't challenging. We had our challenges, but like simple as in it just it's a simple little experience, like it looks simple. There's really jump and maybe one other button sometimes, and it's all about communication. One thing that I just said I wasn't great at, and it's kind of exactly how it went down with Pico Park. But luckily, we kind of knew, like you and I feel like, like knew kind of what to do and how to do it, and we didn't have to talk really between each other that
there was
much.
no talking I needed to do with you because I knew you already knew what was going on, like just the way we were going to jump or the way we were going to go about something. We are simpatico, but the other 2 players, Music Man and whatever we called Adam, I don't remember, we need to explain ourselves. I just know there's certain things I'm going to do where I'm like, do already know, so I don't need to say anything here.
But man, Music Man especially is funny because he'll
got a way of thinking unlike anybody else.
Sometimes he'll make the same mistake over and over and over, and like
let's put it this way: if there's a sign that says "Don't touch this button," he's going to touch the button. If there's a sign that says "Don't touch this" or "Don't walk in this hole," he's going to go right for the hole. So
yeah, there was this.
That's why there was
one where it was really challenging. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like a multi-sectioned level that like we really had to lock in with each other on so many things, and we managed to do it pretty good. Like, to be honest, we weren't stuck on anything for overly long at all.
There were some that got us stuck for a little bit, but nothing where it was like we've been here for a half hour.
Nothing horrendous. But there was that one where it was like multi-leveled, and we made it and all the way to the end, and like we had the key and the door was open, and he like somehow died. He like ran into a spike.
There was one spike right in front of the door, and he walked right into the spike. Yeah, after like a very long level, and we were like, and now we got to do the whole thing again.
But it really didn't take us that long to do it again. We kind of dialed in. So I had a lot of fun doing it.
We made a really good group together, all of us. Like we had fun. Yeah. Everybody understood what was going on. Everybody made mistakes along the way. Nobody gets upset. It was a good time. It's a really good group to play that way.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to play more of it. I know we'd have to start over, but like, I'd like to play more with Nikki just to have like an extra person in there to see how much it changes. Cause it was hectic enough with 4. I can imagine it'd
be up to 8.
I mean, I can only imagine what it's like. It's probably really fun.
Can you imagine like the stages where you're literally tethered to other people with 7 other people on the line with you? It'd be horrendous.
Yeah, I think it'd be very fun. So it's not yeah, it's nothing. I don't know. It's like I would say the replay value is there, but it's mostly there for like your friends. Like how far
Yeah.
does the gaming with your friends, how many miles does that take you?
Because
With
even
us, it's
if
a long
you've
time.
played all the levels and you know how it's done, when you throw new people into the mix, it could be wildly different.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time with that. I had especially a lot of fun with the levels where they would give 2 people a shield and 2 people were shooting, and we had like 2 ships to fire because, man, like just the hilarity that would ensue with the shield folks and with everything else. Lots of shenanigans. But so Pico Park 2 was definitely worth time if you've got friends that are willing to play with you.
And it's only $8.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it was worth that, for sure. And then, last but not least, I've been sinking tons of time into The Long Dark, this outdoor survival type game that I've been talking about the last couple of times I was on the podcast. I almost kicked it. You know, like I had a run that went about 60 in-game days, and then I died doing something so stupid. I was crafting outdoors, and instead of like, and the craft table was outdoors, which is not normal. Usually they're inside. So like I wasn't keeping an eye on my temperature gauge because I've been crafting like warm clothes, so I'd been warm.
Yeah.
And I just was like, let me craft 20 arrows. It's going to take 10 hours. And like it went, and like I died, I died of freezing because a blizzard came in right during while I was doing that. And there wasn't a way for me to kind of get, like, it was embarrassing, really. So I was kind of like, well, I'm done with this game. And then I was like, you know what? You always learn something new every time you die.
Like that.
Yeah, every time you die, it's like, okay, I learned something. Like, don't fall asleep outdoors in a blizzard. So, like you think you'd know that, but so
well, now you really know.
Yeah, so I started a new game, and it's still going, and I think I'm at 239 in-game days now. So I've been to almost every single region. I've established a base in almost every region. I've scoured almost everything. And now I'm like wearing all my wildlife clothing, which I love to craft and wear clothing. And I've been hunting, bear and moose and all kinds of stuff. I got stomped by a moose twice and broke 2 ribs. And the treatment was like, you had to do a little bit of treatment, but then it was a recovery time, and it was 7 in-game days that these ribs were healing, and the character was the entire,
like punctured a rib or something.
It was like
a lung?
Yeah, but like just because I guess of the pain and everything, the character was breathing heavy for 7 in-game days, and it was like
That's
starting
awful.
I had to turn it down because it was like I started to like convulse because it was like making me hard of breathing. But yeah, so I like healed up for 7 days, and when that happens, you can't climb, you can't run. So like I'm walking around scrounging for food because I couldn't really hunt for myself. It was like a very difficult week. And it's like 200 days into this run, and I'm like, I got stomped by a moose. This is going to be my ending. And like, so like as soon as I healed up, I went back to the bridge where I saw the moose, and he was there, and I killed him, and then I made sure I ate every single bit of meat of him. I like put his meat at like every base, and then I just take a bite every day.
So he hurt you, but then he actually healed you.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely made me stronger. So I made like a moose jacket out of his hide. It was awesome. So it was really, really cool.
The hide of your enemy.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. And it was very stressful because like when you make it 200 days, like you don't get anything, but like I had put in quite a bit of time, and it's permadeath. So if you die, that's it. You start a new game. So like I had to take like a stimulant thing. It was like The Rock. I had to put put it right in my heart and like run away from the moose. He was chasing me, and there was a bear there. It was insane. So that was really cool. And then there's moments of like beautiful, like quiet reflection in the game. Like a lot of it sounds scary because you're worried about your temperature and your food and your water and all that stuff. But then there's moments where every once in the game, like maybe it's random, but like say once a week at night, there'll be an aurora. And the aurora has two functions, which is really, really cool. One, all the electronics on the island where you are come alive. And like, because in the game's lore, like something happens with the aurora and like there's no power or anything. So wherever you go, there's no power. You need fire, you need a lantern, you need a torch or something like that. But when the aurora comes about, all the lights on the island come on, and some flicker and some are whatever, and like car lights come on of parked cars and stuff. It's a really cool effect. Plus it looks beautiful. But the other thing that happens when the aurora hits is that the animals go crazy. So you really don't, it's like a double-edged sword. You don't really want to travel at night, even though it's beautiful. You don't want to do it because if a wolf sees you, even a wolf is going to be like deadly during the aurora. So it's like it's a fun little game mechanic that happens, and it like adds a little bit of depth to it. But it really is a beautiful game. The graphics aren't like realistic. They're a little stylized, but it's really got a beautiful design. The level design is really, really in depth and creative, and it's great. It's great. So I've been really enjoying my time with it. I've just been playing it a lot, which I don't think it's bad to play a lot of a game, but like it's messed up my schedule. I don't usually stay up late, and I've been staying up to like 1, 2 in the morning, and then that's been like knocking me out for like the rest of the week and stuff. So I've been on a weird schedule, but it's only because like I get to the point where it's like I got to get back to my safe house and save, and then I'll go to sleep, and then I'll get back to the safe house, and I'm like, oh, but all this, I left all this junk on the ground. Let me organize it, and
I can't leave this here.
I
I'm
spent
not
like
an animal.
so much time like just picking stuff up and putting it places to organize all my bases because I like the aesthetic of it, and it's fun, so I've been really, really enjoying that. But that's what I've been playing. RMC, what have you been playing?
Thank you for asking. It's very quick for me because I played Fortnite, and the only other thing I played was Clair Obscur. I'm still playing Clair Obscur, and I'm going through that. I got to say, the further I get into the game, I still love the locations and the fighting mechanics and all that. Still enjoying that just as much, but the further I get into the game, the more I'm wondering how it became game of the year nominated, or especially winning. I guess game of the year nominated, whatever. But like none of the emotional beats are hitting for me. None of this, like I was interested in the story, and I still am interested in the story, but not how the game is telling it. Like if somebody just told me the story, I'd be interested, but how the game is doing it, like the dialogue is falling flat and the emotional moments just aren't there, and like things that I think are supposed to be like sentimental and sad, they're not working for me at all. Like I feel I'm watching it, I'm like, this is bad.
Really?
Yeah.
The game of the year, Clair Obscur, that game?
Yeah, but again, battle system is awesome. The locations are a lot of fun. The enemies are unique. The fighting, I like how it's all done. I really think this is a case of people being like, I don't like anime and anime aesthetics, so I'm not going to play JRPGs because a lot of them look like that. And now this is like, here's a JRPG, but it's not J, and it has realistic looking characters in it. And people are like, oh my God, this is incredible. And I want to be like, yeah, games like this have existed for the last 35 years. It's just they happen to have, maybe cartoony graphics or anime style graphics or whatever. They look like Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest. I don't know what to say. I really think the realistic graphics and not an anime style approach are what does it for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people who would never really play those kind of games are playing it because they hear it's game of the year and they see it's realistic looking. And they call those kind of gamers nowadays gun and ball gamers, which means they play a game that's a sports game and then they play Call of Duty and that's it. So when they play something like this, they're like, whoa, games can be like this. And, you and I and Mom Brain knows how amazing games can be in a whole bunch of different ways. So when I'm watching this, I'm just seeing like, boy, this moment is falling flat for me. And this scene just isn't doing what it's trying to do. And I'm not getting there emotionally. But my cousin is not a ball and gun gamer, gun and ball gamer. whichever direction it is. I don't remember. He plays a lot of different stuff, and he absolutely loves Clair Obscur. He said it's one of his favorite games of all time. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not clicking for me in ways that it clicks for everybody else. But I'm enjoying it. I'm having a blast with it. Like, it is a lot of fun. Just if you ask me, is this one of your games of the year? I'd be like,
Well, you're
I
not
don't
wooed
know.
by graphics ever. Almost never.
But again, like I've said, I've made a point to say there are times where this game looks unbelievably realistic.
Right.
There are instances where I see this and I'm like, wow,
Well,
look
you
at
can,
that.
Yeah, you can appreciate graphics, but you more than anybody I know don't give a crap about them, really. Like,
I don't. I may like them and I may dislike them, but they do not impact how I feel about the game.
Yeah, like Metroid Prime 4, you've talked about how great that game looks, but you also don't give a crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you don't like the French.
Well, we've established that over the last few weeks. Definitely don't like the French stuff.
But
Yeah, this isn't helping my case at all, because I just keep talking about how I like this game less and less, and it's gonna be because I don't like French people. So, yeah, we'll see if the story or the emotional moments or the the story beats leading up to it turn around for me and I get something that hits me. But really, there are a lot of moments where it's very clear that you're supposed to be feeling sadness or some sort of emotion here, and I'm like, this is falling so flat for me. Like, I'm getting nothing out of it.
Well, you're coming off of, first of all, you've played all these incredible, like, emotional experiences games, but like you're coming off of Dispatch as well.
It's not, I mean, I've been feeling this before I played Dispatch. It's just crept in more and more as time goes on, because, I'm deeper into the story now. So there's things happening, and there's moments where, like, big things happen in the story. And I'm either like, were we not supposed to know this was happening? Because I'm like, I thought this was going to be the case hours ago, and now this happens. And am I supposed to be like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm supposed to be like that. And then there's like, two characters talking to each other about how somebody has died and they're sad about it, whatever. And it's like, I'm not getting anything. I mean, it's sad that the guy died, but it wasn't told in the way that made me feel the emotion.
Yeah.
And any scenes between people after that, I'm like, this just dialogue isn't doing it for me at all. So I don't know. But again, we'll see where it goes when when I get to the end. But gameplay is certainly pulling me through. I really like the battles and the dodging and the parrying and all that, and I'm enjoying it. Mom Brain.
I'm sorry. Before you, are you afraid to beat Metroid Prime 4? Is it that thing
No,
where you like?
No, not at all. I don't have that thing. I'm just want to finish Clair Obscur because I left it behind for 5 months, and when I started it again, I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure I see it through this time. So I'm just focusing on that to finish it. Not like I want to get this done. It's like I do want to get it done, but not because I'm like, because I want to see it through this time. Like, I just don't want to have the same thing happen again. I'm like, let me go. And then I'm going to go to Metroid Prime Fire for Metroid Prime Fire Beyond. And then I'm going to, I have a whole list on my phone. And then my next one is Alan Wake. And then my next one after that is, I might have to look it up.
Death Stranding.
Dragon Quest. Yeah, that one is further down the list. Dragon Quest, I have to go back to because I left that further behind too. So, but I'm making progress. But anyway, Mom Brain.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Not much. Just a little bingo. Just kidding.
Oh,
I've been playing Dispatch.
nice.
Yeah. I've been playing
You started
Dispatch.
Dispatch this week. You are halfway through. You finished the 4th episode yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Very cool.
Day before yesterday.
No, it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday because you had to
Yeah.
stop because I was playing Family Fortnite.
Yep. Raw Meat's been very kindly allowing me to use the Gamer Zone
Oh,
to play.
cold down there.
Yeah.
We put on the space heater. She's like, I'm going to go play. We'll put on the heater first. So
I actually put the heater on earlier today because it's so cold out. I put it on low, but just to keep the basement like a little bit warmer.
did you make sure there were no cords or controllers by it? Because you don't every time.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Now I got to go look.
Okay. Well, as Raw Meat says, I finished the 4th chapter last night. Okay. So I'm thoroughly enjoying everything about the game. It is set to, I believe, cinematic, right? So I don't do the quick time events
Okay,
because
yeah.
that's a little bit stressful for me. Although I think probably now I could. Like, I think now that I've kind of, like I know what to expect, I know what's happening, I might be able to. And I actually might do another playthrough because I think it's a game that would lend itself to that.
Yeah.
And I might try adding the quick time events to that. So the music is so fantastic. All the music is fantastic. The visual style, great. The humor in it is so good. It's like refreshingly good.
Yeah,
like
it's
the humor
really
is like
good.
refreshing. There are some characters that I absolutely adore. I don't want to give anything away, so I won't. And there've been a couple of choices I've had to make that I'm like, I'm not sure what to do here. But overall, I think I'm really glad with, all the choices that I've made.
There have been some dialogue choices that she makes where I'm like, boy, she doesn't like this person or likes this person. And then later on, she'll make a decision. And I'm like, I thought you didn't like them. And she's like, no, I like them a lot. I'm like, man, I don't know what you're thinking with some of these, but.
I also really enjoy that it's like kind of a mix of watching, making choices, like choose your own adventure, and then the gameplay is also a little bit varied, right? There's like certain tasks you can do that are a little bit different than like the main task that you're doing. I think everything about it is so like cleverly done. Like it all just works together beautifully. It's actually a game that I think about when I'm not playing, which I think is
sign of a good game.
The characters feel real. Like, I mean, as ridiculous as like the world of superheroes is, and some of the characters are, like, they feel real, you know, and you get a lot from them.
And I love that, like, I have this thing where if you're playing a game that's like from a franchise, like if you're playing like a WWE game, I get stressed out if I'm playing like Roddy Piper because I want to like honor his legacy. And if I don't do well, I'm like, oh. So I actually really love that this is not like Marvel superheroes or like known superheroes, because then they're not tied to like that brand that like.
And that gives you, it's like you're the one making these decisions. You're the character kind of thing.
Yeah. And you can like form your own opinion about the different characters over the time that you're playing.
Yeah, that was one thing that was huge for me. Was I feel like that can be very shallow in a lot of games where it's like, well, obviously they're going to be a team at the end or something. But here, like, I literally didn't like anybody on my team. I was like, I hate all these people. And then by the end, it was like I would go to war for every single one of them. It was great. It was really organic the way the character arcs kind of came together.
And I actually, some of the interactions, you know, like I initially kind of was inclined to think that like it was going to be that kind of like trope of like misfits to whatever, but like sometimes they're like really just crappy to each other and like they laugh about it and like move on. Like I like that. It's gritty-ish, but like for a good reason. I don't know. It feel like I said, it feels really refreshing. Like,
yeah.
So I thoroughly enjoy it. I know that Raw Mom is hoping to play.
She's got it pre-ordered already. She showed me her pre-order.
Cool.
Yeah, she's really looking forward to it.
She showed me her pre-order and she's like, why can't I play this yet? And I was like, as I've told you, Mom, it doesn't come out on Switch 2 until the 28th. And she's like, oh, but it let me download it. I was like, no, you're preloading it. I was like, on Wednesday, you will be able to play it. So she's
just tell her to go into the calendar settings and
that's
set it up. She'll know exactly what's on.
Mr. Rossetti won't come for you.
Uh-huh.
So actually, I think she's playing Animal Crossing. She said she had started back up again.
Yeah, because I told her she's part of my family plan and she got a whole bunch of stuff in there. So she's been playing retro stuff, but she jumped back into Animal Crossing because the free update was there.
So I would say if you haven't already considered Dispatch or played it on another system, I would highly recommend playing it. I think it's just like a really fantastic game, and I can't say enough nice things about it. So I
Can't
appreciate.
say enough nice things about Beef.
Oh,
Isn't he great?
good God.
He's great.
Mom Brain, while she was playing, was like, "What's this dog's name?" Like maybe 5 minutes before the scene where you find out his name is Beef.
Yeah. And
So
what other
good.
name could he have, really?
He's great.
Yeah, I really enjoy Beef.
All the characters are great, but like he is great. Especially, I love the main character, and then I like the guy who can run fast. He's great too. I mean, they're all great though.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all great.
And like
Um,
you said, the humor, like that's like a really important thing, I think, for the game, is that the humor is actually really funny. And it's a lot of crass humor,
Yeah.
and that sometimes doesn't like wash with me. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is so childish or whatever, and it doesn't feel like that at all. It's very funny but crass
Yes.
somehow.
It's like they made the joke that needed to be made, and sometimes that's crass, but they're not crass in place of being funny, like for like a cheap joke.
Yes.
Which I love. Yeah, it's just, and I suppose it should come along with, if you are offended by crass humor, this may not be the game for you. I think there's also, I mean, not a ton of nudity, but enough to be like, oh, there's some nudity.
Are you pursuing a romance?
I am.
She went the way we did.
The normal way.
Not according to the numbers.
Oh, right.
It's pretty
Yeah.
50-50 split.
That's so cool.
I mean, I don't really think you could go wrong
It's
either
like,
way.
I think the split when
Yeah, I
she
don't
just
think so
played
at all.
because it told her was, I think it was like 54% our way. So
Cool.
it's close.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't imagine going any differently.
Yeah, I don't. But that's the only reason why I kind of don't want to play. Like, I want to play those types of games again, but like we've talked about, it's kind of like once you finish it, it's like, that was my story.
yeah.
I can't really touch it. I can't go back and like,
Yeah.
Same thing with Life is Strange. Like, I tried to go back and play it, and I was like, no, I had my story. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that makes sense. I totally get that. And what else? I had I also really enjoy that it's in partnership with Critical Role, because I know some of the voices. So that was like kind of cool to be like, oh,
The voice
wow, like,
acting is great.
Yeah.
Every single character is great.
Yeah.
Invisigal is Critical Role, and Phenomena Man is Critical Role, and I'm forgetting one of the others. But yeah, voice acting top to bottom, no complaints.
Yeah. So I think I made a choice yesterday that I think Ramit made the same choice, but you didn't. He was like, dude did not make that choice. So when
It's
we're
about
not,
adding a character to your team.
Oh.
so I'll be interested to talk to you about, your thoughts. But that is all that I've played.
All right, let's go to questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
They can be about Nintendo video games in general or whatever the hell you want. The Fat Mish has a question. They say, I've been listening to this podcast for many years now and just wanted to thank you for making such a fun and cool place for all of us to hang out every week. No, thank you. Congratulations on your milestone episode last week. Whoops.
Congratulations. We know what that means.
It was a delight to listen to with all the throwbacks and kudos from the community. Recently, I was reading through one of your Patreon posts about Zelda and wanted to respond directly to it, but something else immediately came to mind. Because of the attention the podcast gets, I forget, in a sense, how great your writing style is. Almost every post every day is so well articulated and seemingly thought out, and I really appreciate that. With the TikTok, Instagram video generation on our heels, it's nice and refreshing to read a well-written article or Patreon post. Well, I would argue that they're not at all. I actually just fixed the typo on one yesterday that I left the day before, but thank you. I'm glad they come across that way. I think you're being too sweet about it, but I'll take the praise. Thank you. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
I do have a question as well. Do you have formal schooling or training on writing, or have you just honed your skills over the many years of running this and other websites? I would not say that I've honed my skills at all. I think I'm terrible, but that's just the way it is. Now, do I have formal schooling? No. Or training? No, I certainly do not. The closest I've ever gotten to any of that is writing for other sites that have style guides, and you have to follow their style guides. Like when I wrote for Tetris or Top Golf. They whatever the Beard website. I can't even remember what that was. They all had style guides that you had to adhere to. How they wanted things written, the kind of tone, certain words they didn't want you to use. So some of it was very annoying. They were like, there was one of them that was like, don't use the word "and" more than once in every post. And they wanted every post to be 5 paragraphs. And I was like, you can't use
That's
the
bizarre.
word "and" more than once. And I was like, what's going on? So I talked to my boss, and he was like, it's some like, what's the word? I can't think of it.
Bull shovel.
No, algorithm stuff. But what's it called? Why can't I think of that? Yeah, search engine optimization. That's it. Thank you, Radical Defect. Yeah, some SEO garbage, as Radical Defect says. Yeah, where they're like, I don't know. They had some numbers that were like, any articles that are this long and have to use the word "and" more than this many times, no good. Don't do it. So outside of that, no, I don't have any training. I can tell you that in school, I always loved to write, and I did a lot of like very long things that I wrote for like creative writing classes and stuff like that, just because I enjoyed writing a lot. I wrote in middle school a whole series about a superhero that like I was inspired by Freakazoid at the time, and I tried to do something funny that was kind of like Freakazoid, and I must have written like at least 10 of them, and they were on like those long yellow legal pads that I would fill like pages and pages and pages of. And the teacher got to the point where they're like, I'm not going to read these. Like, I asked you to write like 1 paragraph, and you gave me 4 pages. So
Runs around in underwear. Freakazoid.
Whatever happened to them?
I had them at my parents' house for a while, and then I'm sure they've been thrown out or whatever a long time ago. Published. Yeah. So I've just always liked writing. I find writing to be fun. And when it comes to Patreon posts, I can write them fairly quickly. And it's nice to just not like worry about Patreon like I do GoNintendo. I handle GoNintendo posts in a different way. But thank you. Those are very kind words. And while I sincerely disagree with you on the sentiment and how you feel, I appreciate the compliment, and I'm glad it comes across that way. Thank you. That's very nice. As some of you might know, on GoNintendo, I constantly hide links to things in my posts. And I think I'm going to start doing a wrap up on every Friday where I'm like, here's how many links I've hidden in posts this week. How many did you find? And it's always just links to stuff that make me laugh. So like, what did I? Oh, yesterday, here's surprise. Here's a secret. If you haven't found it already, Pokemon, you need to listen to this. Pokemon, there's the Pokemon Kids TV YouTube channel, which does like puppets or mascots or cartoons that are all geared at very, very, very young kids. And it's like a nursery rhyme or a song or whatever. We post those up. And I forget what the nursery rhyme was, but they did a song version of it, and they had like a hand dance that they did for it. And it was called like whatever hand version. So I wrote the thing and did the little description that they have, and then I added to the description to say that it's the hand version and whatever. But in one of the letters for hand version or whatever it wrote, I hyperlinked it. So if you notice the color change, you click on that, and it took you to, because it was the hand version. I did the video of what's his face with the boogie woogie technique with. Yeah. Toto from Jujutsu Kaisen doing the boogie woogie technique where he claps to change places, because I just love that character and that thing. So that's hiding on the site, but they're there all the time, and I thought it might be fun for people who like to snoop around for that stuff to know at the end of every week how many hidden things there are to see if you found them all. So thank you for appreciating my writing and supporting the site and joining Patreon. I appreciate it. Also, speaking of Patreon, Mom Brain, did you know you can join the GoNintendo Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. Blood Ocean, I've linked to that CDI Zelda before, as well as a hidden link a few times, actually. For $1, a Radical Defect joined, and they asked this. When I was younger, my parents never saw the sentimentality in my childhood video games and always made me trade them into GameStop to afford anything new. It turned me into a kind of person as a young adult, too. And I put all my old strategy guides on eBay. Rebuilding and expanding my collection of old carts and magazines sometimes proves ridiculous. Just as an example, buying Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy secondhand costs about $125 for just the cartridge in decent condition. I can promise GameStop didn't give me that much back then. They certainly didn't. Do you all begrudgingly trade in cherished childhood carts, or did you all? Or consoles? What's the one game you miss the most? Alternatively, what's a game from your childhood that you never got rid of and still play or display to this day? You traded stuff in, do?
So many things.
And I did too. Mom Brain didn't.
I think I might have, like, with your guidance, traded some stuff in to get maybe like a GBA or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But I don't. It couldn't have been anything too. Like, I still have like my Game Boy games are still here. Like,
As Deux said, so many things. Yes, back when, maybe we weren't working or we didn't have the money for whatever reason, and we
It's
wanted
one of
something,
my
we would trade
biggest
stuff in.
regrets. And
Yeah.
like at the time, I didn't really regret doing it. Like I was doing it because I was excited to play something new.
Yeah.
I never even
You were like,
stopped
these are
to
old. Why would I ever want these again?
never stopped to think that I would want all those back. I
Yeah.
regret it so much.
I-
There's so many things.
I vividly remember bringing in, I used to keep all my Game Boy games in my little blue lunchbox from school. And I brought in that whole box to the store one day to trade in to get, I don't even know. Don't
That's
even
the
remember what
saddest
it
thing,
was.
Yeah.
And there are so many games in that collection I would have loved to still have. I thankfully stopped doing that before I got rid of every Game Boy game I had. So I still have a lot of Game Boy and all my GBA games. So in the GBA GameCube era, I stopped because I was like, no, I shouldn't be doing this. I want these things. I miss them. But yeah, from NES and Genesis and Super Nintendo and some Game Boy, there's even some PlayStation games I did it with. Plenty that I miss. One that I missed a lot was Intelligent Cube. I regretted trading it in, and then one day I got very lucky, and there was like the greatest hits version of Intelligent Cube just sitting on one of those like carousels, and it was for the regular price. It was for $20, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I bought it right away, and I still have that copy. But yeah, there's so many games from my childhood, like Legend of the Mystical Ninja. I traded in, and Conquest of the Crystal Palace, and Game Boy. I traded in Lock and Chase. There's many of these I've gotten back since then, but Mole Mania. I originally traded in Cat Trap, but we got that back. It's just, yeah, so many that I there's not one I don't regret. Are there any from your childhood that you still have to?
Well, luckily all my NES and Genesis games I'd never traded in. I actually gave them to you in around college time. So in the basement, in the basement, we've got a bunch of my stuff, which is
Don't worry, Pit Fighters down there.
yeah, which is not, like I said, like it's nice to have them all, Sunset Riders and all that stuff. Like it's in a good home right
Yeah.
now. So I'm happy about that. It was the PlayStation GameCube era where I traded in a bunch of stuff. Xbox 360 era, Wii, all that. Like I got rid of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, name something from that era that I had, and I regret getting rid of it. But like probably something along like Beautiful Joe and Beautiful Joe 2.
Yeah.
I got rid of those, and like that those are some that I kind of seem a little rarer, like that I wish I could have hung on to. Like, obviously like Twilight Princess or something sucks that I got rid of that, but like you can still, like, that's not that
Yeah.
obscure. I feel like Beautiful Joe is something you're never going to see again,
High White Lens.
kind of thing. So something along those lines. I had Killer 7, which was, I'd
Yeah.
probably never be able to play it today, but like it'd be cool to have. Yeah, like stuff like that, which was really unique at the time. And like, I don't know, it felt like it's stupid that I traded them. I
Yeah.
can't even believe I did it. That's crazy.
You don't have the same foresight. You're not thinking. You're like, they're done. I played them. Why would I want them? I could get something new, and then you don't even remember the thing you got for trading it.
That's the worst.
White Lens says, I was forced to give away Turtles in Times on Super Nintendo, and every time I think about it, I get a little sad. Yeah, I'm with you. I traded in Turtles in Time as well. Turtles in Time is the very first game I ever pre-ordered. I vividly remember
Oh,
because I
wow.
called the store so many times to see if it was in. And eventually it got to the point where the guy was like, we will call you when it comes in. He's like, I know that you've called many times about this. I will call you when it's in, because, game shipments weren't exactly the same as they are now. It was loose dates where things would show up, but I pre-ordered that one and I eventually traded in, and I loved that game. I played the hell out of that game, but something else was coming out at some point, and I was like, well, time to get rid of this. I've seen and done it all. So yeah, it happens. I think it's maybe not so much nowadays, but it was kind of like a rite of passage in some way for us younger gamers back then, because we just liked playing games. And what else are you going to do? Your parents are only going to buy so many, and you only have so much money to work with. You're going to be like, but I got to play Sonic 3. I'll get rid of Mario and Sonic 2. Why not? Because the new one's out.
It's crazy. It's crazy to even think about how flippant we were about it. It was just like, without a second thought. Same with the NES boxes. Like, I would immediately take the boxes and throw them out. Why? Who the heck? Why would you ever do that?
Because
it's just like
it was
insane.
just packaging. We weren't thinking of it as like a piece of the experience.
Insane. Yeah, exactly. It was just like, well, it's a lot smaller and easier to store this way.
Yeah, and the thing I want is inside here. I don't care about this thing. So
mental. And then when they the sleeves for the NESs, when they stopped having the red Nintendo logo and it was just black, I was like, what is this? It's me flipping a table.
So yeah, many regrets. We're with you there, Radical Defect. Don't you worry. We can all commiserate. Radical Defect in the Discord right now says, why, younger Radical? Why? Yeah, I used to have Pogs. I see you talking about Pogs. I used to have Pogs. I had tubes.
Oh, wow. That's
tubes
cool.
Filled with Pogs and tubes filled with slammers. I never played once in my life, but I loved collecting.
I was worried
Pogs.
about nicking the pods, so I never played.
What a cool thing to do, though, to turn the game cases into Pogs.
I had some really, really cool slammers. I got to talk to my sister.
I have a New Jersey Devils slammer somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I am still doing the podcast. Woo! I have a question for you. I know we've talked about this before, but I don't remember. Are Pogs and slammers, are those gone? Do mom and dad have them? Do you have any of them? We used to it was blind bags, basically. You did a collection of regular Pogs, and each one would have a slammer in it too. And my sister would be like, oh, I got this one. And, some of them were like,
some would be
metal
holographic
heavy. Yes, exactly.
Like, this is amazing.
They were banned from our school.
I would like to collect them again now. But anyway, it's time for music.
Alf Pogs. They're back in Alf form.
I got music. You want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
Oh. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title. Help out your local mom brain.
Whoa.
Dre Gamer says, I have Tazos, which were UK Pogs. I have a folder with Star Wars ones, but I'm missing one. Oh, that sounds awesome. I got to get out of the Discord here.
That's an odd name. I would have called them Chazwasses.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're starting out with something from Tony De La Mancha.
Okay. Oh, I got to do my thing. Oh, you're buzzing. Just spin it.
Tony De La Danza.
Spin it the other way. Pull it out. Plug it back in. We need a new cord. Mom brain, what's going on? There you go.
Nice.
Okay.
Finessed.
Nice. Are you trying to fool me and think I don't know modern day Nintendo? Especially with that slap bass in there. This is first party.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is Switch era.
Yeah.
It's got to be Nintendo level.
It is.
Really?
I
know it's first party. The slap bass is
incredible.
Nintendo uses a lot of slap bass in, I don't know other way to put it, instructional games where it's like just experimental games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you hear that song a lot when you're like, fold the flaps and connect the thing, and it's sitting here playing while you're doing it.
It's just amazing how look, I haven't played it, so I don't know, and I have my judgments about Labo, but like that song was such a banger, and it just seems like they have so many of them. They're just like, we'll put it in
This
Labo.
is what you can listen to in the background while you fold cardboard.
Yeah,
Well,
who
and it
knows?
had parts in the song where it was like, now move your finger across the screen to connect the whatever, and you do that, and it's like, and then it clicks in, and it does it with the song, and I was like, this is great. This is really cool stuff.
That's so cool.
Anyway,
Okie dokie. This one comes from Nightwind Zero, or Night Window, I suppose.
oh, this is GBA.
It is.
This is like, this makes me think like old anime style. It's got to be some RPG, but I don't know.
I think it is an RPG.
This is awesome.
It's got that vibe. Well, all I can tell you is it's not Dragon Quest and it's not Final Fantasy.
That's right.
Outside of that, I got no clue. Oh, I love that. What do they call that thing? You know.
Yeah, that
I
thing
don't
is
remember what it's
awesome.
called.
What is
I want
that?
to say it starts with a C.
I only think of The Sims when I hear it.
I don't
Do
know.
we give up?
I don't. I'm not-
Pokemon
that's
song?
out of
It's
my. No, it's out of my wheelhouse. I wasn't playing RPGs.
I give up.
Tales of Fantasia on the GBA.
With like the horse on it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. See, screwed myself over.
Here's one from Mikey3319.
Do you know who made this?
Rare.
No, I was gonna say because it sounds like Rare. This
did
has to be early Rare.
Yeah. 1986 to be exact.
Oh, it's some sort of winter racing game, but I
Yeah.
don't remember the name. It's down.
Yeah, I don't really think
Say
it's cars.
say skiing terms.
Skiing terms?
I think it's skiing.
Um,
Olympic skiing terms or skiing terms. I don't know.
Mobile.
No, but you're on the right track, guys.
Can't remember.
I'm not a skier. I don't know anything about skiing.
Bunny hill, downhill,
Black
gates.
Diamond.
I mean, I'll give it to you because you know.
No, let us keep guessing. Skiing terms. Slope.
Close.
Close. Close. What's a skiing term? Slalom.
You got it.
Wow.
Got there.
Great job.
Yes.
Very rudimentary.
You know,
game.
I might have played that because right from the beginning, I was like, this sounds familiar. Would that have been on the Commodore 64?
Yes, I was just gonna say
I
that.
think I played that.
This one comes from Eric.
I know
right off
this.
the bat, I know that.
I mean, it's
No, this is meant to sound like.
It sounds like
something.
Punch-Out!,
It sounds
but-
like Punch Out.
It does.
You got me. It's not first party. It's something pretending it's first party.
It is not first party.
Huh? What the heck could it be then?
I got no clue.
I mean, what a rip!
It's got to be an homage on purpose.
They're allowed
obviously.
to do this?
I mean, the
Yeah, it's
song
not. It's
is
completely
called,
different. It just is using all the same sounds.
The song is called Punch Ouch.
Punch Out. There you go. Yeah, I got no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is Persona 5.
See, another RPG that comes back to haunt me. I'm screwing myself over here.
What was that on?
Switch.
So that was probably a part in the game that's trying to not only be an homage but also be like a throwback to an NES game.
Well, it's on other systems too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on at all. Literally, I don't know why that's in the game, but guess there's some retro game thing.
This one's from Tentavision.
Oh, come on. This is my wheelhouse. I'm going to let it go because I like it so much.
I've heard this.
My brain has probably heard this like a bazillion times. This is Mega Man 9.
That it is.
Banger.
Also, I know we've been talking about the storm, and you guys should know that my dad sent me a screen cap of some news article. I'm not sure
in
from
Jersey
where.
dead from storm.
As of
From
5:08
ice.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Waffle Houses are actually closing across South
Whoa,
Carolina.
it's gonna
So
be
yes,
bad.
it's that bad.
Gonna be bad.
no.
Forget it.
Yep.
We ain't gonna survive.
I mean, it's South Carolina, so I don't think they're used to snow. This next one comes from Nico Darunia.
Sounds Animal Crossing-ish?
It is.
Wow.
Was it a museum or a dream or I don't know.
1 a.m.
So New Horizons.
No.
Wild World?
No.
City Folk.
No.
Just Animal Crossing?
No.
What are we forgetting? Oh, what is it? Like one of the weirdo spin-off ones? Like a party game?
No.
What Animal Crossing am I forgetting?
We said Wild World. We said City Folk. We said Animal Crossing. We said New Horizons. Leaf. New
Yeah.
Leaf.
New
Yep, New
Leaf.
Leaf.
Yes. Great
Good
job.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like my 1 a.m.
I don't know what I've done
I'm
here.
good.
I'm sorry.
Here's one from Spaniel 53.
Is this first party?
Yep.
I want to say something, but I'm not going to say it yet. I need to hear more. I need to hear where the song goes. Is it a Mario game?
Yes.
Oh, the way you say it.
Mario Rabbids.
No.
Mario versus Donkey Kong.
No, this
No.
feels like very first part. Is this a Paper Mario?
Yes.
Paper Mario? No?
No.
1,000-Year Door?
No.
Super Paper Mario?
Nope.
Origami King.
Nope.
Color Splash?
No.
Paper Mario Sticker Star?
Yes.
Boy, oh boy.
Well done.
Running a gamut.
Man, you're good at this.
Sticker Star. I mean, I played Sticker Star, but that was a while ago.
Nico Darunia.
Whoa. I got no idea on this one. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on this. It's not a Sonic game.
It is a Sonic.
Unbelievable.
Something about it. I don't know. When we got to that part, I would have been more confident. Okay, I don't know. Sonic. I don't even know what to guess. Sonic Colors.
No.
Sonic Crossworlds.
No.
Can you tell me the system?
GameCube.
Well, that narrows it down. Adventure 2.
No.
Adventure.
No.
Heroes.
Yes.
Okay.
Was Sonic Heroes on
I
the
own
GameCube.
Heroes. I don't remember that song at all.
This song comes from Wired.
This is Super Nintendo. I'd stake my life on it.
You're right.
Now, what is it? I don't know. You figure it out. I got no idea. It ain't nothing I played. I can tell you it sounds licensed.
It is.
Unbelievable, man. So good. So good.
Sounds like it sounds a lot like I know it's not this Hook. I just there's certain I don't know. There's certain companies that made licensed games where it's like they use these sounds. Don't tell me, but do you know the company that made it?
I don't think so.
Okay. I really don't know at all.
Star Wars?
No.
Sounds pretty epic.
It is.
It's kind of a banger.
Luke, I got no guess at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
Giving up.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
There's a Lord of the Rings Super Nintendo game?
Mhm.
Volume 1. So I don't know if it's.
I don't
Holy
remember
cow.
who made that.
That
either.
was a cool song. I mean, for Super Nintendo, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They were respecting Lord of the Rings.
So the last song I have comes with just a little note. Hold on, I just want to make sure that I take
Wow,
care
I
of
was
these
right.
so I don't confuse myself later. Okay. And the note comes from B Boogie, who
B
says,
Boog.
"This is my first message to the podcast."
Wow, thank you, B Boogie.
Mhm. I've listened to your podcast for years and I respect everyone who appears there for your love of gaming and pop culture, but also for your dedication, empathy, and love to all living things. I've learned a lot from you all and I will continue to listen to learn.
Oh my God! Now the
Aw.
pressure's really on. We got to get this right.
I'm so thoughtful.
Interplay made that Lord of the Rings game. The same company that did The Lost Vikings, one of my favorites.
Oh, maybe it's a good game.
Let's see. Reception.
Well,
OneUp.com gave it a 2 out of 10.
oh,
And Video
no.
Games and Computer Entertainment gave it a 7 out of 10. So we're getting wildly different
Okay,
answers here.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, here's the last song of this week from B Boogie.
Okay, we got our slap face. So, yeah, is this Nintendo?
I believe it is.
Slap bass and guitar. This makes no sense for Nintendo. Bless you.
Bless
Wow.
you.
There we go.
What it's like.
There we go.
It's more of a yell.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who feels like that after I sneeze. Like, it takes me a minute to, like, get together.
Yeah, it's like I was screaming at a concert all night. All of a sudden.
This, I really feel like there's only one thing this could be for Nintendo with what it is, and it has to be F-Zero.
It is.
Unbelievable.
It's not Super Nintendo, and it's not GameCube, so then it's N64.
It
and
is.
that was called F-Zero X.
Yeah. F-Zero
There
X.
has to be a way we can just make this into a game show. Maybe not even a game show, just the music section, just you every week. I mean, I would watch it. It's incredible.
It used to be that show on Comedy Central, the game show where they had the Idiot Savants. Remember?
The After Midnight one? No.
No, the one at Comedy Central where they had like the movie nerd and the book nerd
yep.
and what I love that show, and I don't remember what it was called. Listen, this is why I started a Nintendo site. I don't just like Nintendo. I feel like at least a certain window of Nintendo I'm very like honed in on.
Well, forget the Nintendo stuff. You know what publisher it is. You know you're like, oh, I'll never get it. What is it? Sonic? Sonic Heroes got it. Like, what is it? Like, it's incredible.
I can explain some of it to some degree, but I can't explain all of it. I hear things and instruments in a way notes go, and I'm like, that is what that company does.
It's awesome.
I listen. I will say I'm very proud of it. Also, it doesn't mean anything, but I like being able to do it. It's fun.
It
I mean,
means
look,
something.
what if Deux and I were kidnapped and being held hostage, and they were like, "You have to guess what game this music is from," or they both.
I would
that's
laugh
it.
in my kidnapper's face.
Right?
I would be like, "Psst, I got just the guy. Get me the phone. I only need one lifeline."
Well, let's hope that never gets tested. And that's all we got for today's show, everybody. That's the end. We're calling it a day before the snow starts barreling down.
Yeah, be safe out there, everybody.
Well, maybe we shouldn't call it just yet because we need a little something to pre-warm our cockles for the snow that's impending. Ladies and gentlemen, a little section of the podcast called Deux Views.
Oh.
It's never news. Rumor of the week with Deux Michaels. Ladies and
starting.
gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, Garfield and friends.
we're
Here.
so my spiders and my flies go all over the video game realm, and they find rumors that nobody else has. They are perfectly placed because of their small size and inconspicuous nature to literally be a fly or a spider on the wall and get this information, which they bring back to me, and I disseminate it to everyone out there. And there are rumors that you're not going to hear anywhere else, no matter where you go. So that's one thing. The second thing is that we're doing something different this week. Usually there are rumors that are brought to me, and rumors are things that aren't necessarily true. It says right here that this is an actual true story. So the rumor is true.
Scoop.
George, have you ever heard such a thing?
We're hitting hard on the new year. What? It's the true story. It's never happened before. It's about limes.
It's
about limes.
Well, I can throw in a lime here. But
I'll
here,
catch it.
George. Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Hi, Mike Roddick.
This is true, and this is very interesting. So we spoke earlier about the Nintendo Direct that's coming up. That's going to be talking about the movie of what's it called? The Mario movie, Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy movie.
So there was one thing that was leaked that's definitely true from this upcoming Direct. And what it is so everyone's heard of the actor Walton Goggins. He's so hot right now, right? So he has come out and he has stated that because he's had so much fun shooting the Fallout TV show, that he only wants to do video game projects from now on. And with the prosthetics that he wore in Fallout, the original Fallout, and with the prosthetics that he wore in that Walmart commercial as the Grinch, he said that it really opens up his acting ability to be kind of as free as possible. So he's only doing video game projects where he has high levels of prosthetics on himself, which brings us to what they're going to be announcing at this Direct, which is he is going to be playing King Wart in the new Mario Galaxy movie.
Wart.
And what is it, Prince?
Just Wart.
Oh, and
well, new character drop.
And on top of this, he's gonna be in full prosthetic makeup, and it's gonna be like he's gonna be like Bob Hoskins in Roger Rabbit. He's gonna be the only like live action person in this CGI movie. And that's definitely true. So there you go. There's the news.
And as we all know, Walton Goggins as the Grinch is lime green.
And that's how it all comes together, George.
Does he smell like limes?
George, that's weird.
I want to smell.
George, we're not talking about that.
Let me get a sniff.
George.
I got a pair of the Walton Goggin goggles.
All right,
Woggins.
George, stop making it weird,
Woggles.
George.
And that's all we got, everybody. That's it. If you are in the storm's path, please stay safe, stay warm, stay snug as a bug in your rug in your home. Eat lots of snacks, as that lady famously said on the internet. Stay inside, eat some food, and get all fat and sassy.
Bread and soups and get all fat and sassy.
I've been seeing that everywhere.
love her so
It's
much.
great.
And that's all we got. So stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh. Look at
Aw,
that
what a
beautiful
good-looking
cat.
cat.
Sean, I'm with you, Sean. No more
Aw.
snow. No more snow.
Yeah.
We don't got any after show today. We've gone long enough, so I think we're just going to end it here. We have lots of candy that we need to eat here,
Yeah.
so we have to go. So thanks for watching.
Candy.
Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.